It's over.
It's over.
It's over 8,000.
What? Wait, what?
There is a story so strange in its implications that it defies ordinary classification.
I don't care if you've been waiting for Cannon Busters all night. If you up, smash that like button. Welcome to Black and Black Times Infinity. I'm your host, Stupid Buddy, coming to you live and direct from the stack. Smoke me out, fam, with that shit. On my left, oldest ninja in the world, old ninja.
Sometimes you can go into dankness overload.
On my far right, engineering on the one to two.
I'm about to turn 40. My ball's about to drop. It's gonna be great.
Oh shit! Last but not least, we got your boy Blue.
Dude, it's hotter than Satan's left nutsack.
Yeah, sure
Holy
is.
shit.
Stitches in the wind, helping doing some fatherly shit.
He went vigilante.
There we go.
Why are you lying?
There we go.
He went to go pick up a pack of Newports.
Damn.
Carlito, he'll be right back.
Menthol.
Damn.
All right, so listener of the week would be Scott Malak.
Pippins? No.
Malak K. Sure.
Macaulay Culkin?
No, definitely not him.
Oh,
It'd be cool if he did watch though.
it would be.
Get the word out.
He's got an
Just saying.
interesting background.
That he does, and I can't tell you he's in the chat room because I don't have it open right now. But
All right.
it's coming up because YouTube is all fucking wonky now for creator shit.
Okay.
YouTube Creator Studio now sucks.
God
I
damn,
have to
there's a
go
lot
through all-
going on with that.
I gotta
It's a-
click all these fucking buttons to get to like basic shit. It's fucking retarded. So it's coming up. All right, here we go.
Oh, you got it?
My boy Mike, what's going on? And he's up in here. We appreciate you for watching live. If you go to, I forget his he does a Twitch channel.
Oh,
I think
okay.
it's called XTats. Pretty sure.
Well, put your link in there,
Yeah,
Mike.
put up
Since you guys-
your Twitch page, and then we'll get some folks watching you.
Hell
He
yeah.
has a veteran. He has a veteran team.
Of what?
For,
Porn
he
stars?
he plays games.
Oh.
And he has a vet team. Like they're full of vets.
Does he specialize in fighting games, FPS? Or?
FPS is mostly, I
Okay.
believe. But I think he's got an Overwatch team together and a few other ones too. He plays a bunch of games on Twitch. But we served together in the Marine Corps. We're in 9th Com Battalion, otherwise known as 9th Crime Battalion. Because when I first got in, there was a huge drug bust and it was terrible. But he was a good dude. We hung out a lot. We had a lot of fun-ass parties in Riverside. This is kind of a crazy story, but a friend of ours, their aunt bought a house in Riverside, and it used to be owned by Disney. So it
Like
had,
Walt Disney?
Yeah, well, it was owned by like the Disney company.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So like the backyard had like this crazy backyard with like waterfalls and shit,
Wow.
and like a walk-in pool and a fucking jacuzzi that also overflowed into the fucking pool.
Is Riverside in like Riverside County?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's like the biggest. I'm pretty sure it's one of the biggest cities in that county. But we would go to that house on Friday, party like every fucking Friday, and then on Saturday morning we get up early because we were all part of this this thing called Vita. And I forget the acronym for it now because it's been a long time. But basically, if you ever watched like Maury Povich or something like that, and you saw kids that were getting yelled at, like scared straight,
Yeah.
and those guys that were wearing like black camo,
Oh yeah.
we were those guys
Nice.
for like a year or more. And so we would get fucked up drunk, and then we'd get up in the morning irritated and kind of hungover, and then go yell at kids for half a day.
Nice. Before Sony stole that name and turned it into that shitty handheld. All right, old ninja, what you got? Usually you pour out some type of malt beverage.
Yeah, we'll pour out some Zima
Ooh, god damn.
for
That is malt.
Yeah, for some Barbara March.
Holsteadiff?
She's known for Star Trek fame. She's part of the Klingon sisters Lursa and Bietor. They're in Star Trek Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, and the movie Star Trek Generations. She played Lursa. She was 65. She
young.
died of cancer.
Too bad.
So, there you
R.I.P.
go.
to her. Rest in peace. Anybody else?
Not that I saw.
God damn. We got a big ass fucking show for y'all this week, man.
Do we now?
Yes,
We,
yeah.
Do we?
we have a Mandingo-sized show, or what's
Hell
going on?
yeah. It's
Oh, wait.
girthy.
So, y'all hear about there's another shooting?
And this is the
Yeah.
Philly one.
Yeah, this is
Couple
in
of
Philly.
them,
Yeah, apparently 6 officers were shot.
Yeah.
Each of them have been treated and released, but they still had I guess one of the suspects barricaded in wherever he was at.
Is this a ongoing hostage situation?
I don't know if there.
couldn't tell.
I don't know if there was a hostage. I think it was just a standoff for like several hours, and the guy, as far as the last time I saw, was like half hour ago. He still wasn't caught apparently, but I guess there's another suspect. I don't know what happened to that suspect, if they were shot, killed, or whatever.
So obviously, if you're listening to this, the next day or something, it's breaking news and going on right now on Wednesday night. So we'll see what happens. But heart goes out to all the people shot.
Did you guys hear what happened in New York?
What happened in
At
New York?
Times Square?
Nah.
So this is kind of fucked up, but it actually something happened and it caused a major panic in Times Square. I guess there was a motorcycle going by and it was backfiring and it had the same sound as gunshot. And you can watch the live video. People are just starting to fucking run. Like even people who were just chilling there, you saw other people running and they just started running too. So it was like I can't think of the word, but basically everybody started running. It created a panic and everybody basically ran out of Times Square.
It was
crazy.
A motorcycle backfired.
Yeah.
All bad. People are scared, man.
Yeah, man. And this was I think it was like around last week too. So this is right after all the shooting in Texas and the other place.
Well, California.
Yeah,
and
California.
Ohio, man. All fucking bad. All right. Any other updates on?
I mean, if you want to, there's one on here, but we're probably going to talk about it in depth.
Well, let's go. What's the one?
So,
You're talking about, oh, I know you're talking about.
yeah. So I don't know too much about him, but also know everything about him has been fucked up. This is Jeffrey Epstein.
Epstein.
Mm.
Epstein.
There's not a U in there. What the fuck?
Wait, what?
You said Epstein.
Yeah,
He's got a lisp.
Yeah,
There's an E there.
some people pronounce Stein as Stein,
Okay, but you said
like Einstein.
You said Epstein or Epstein.
Epstein, sure.
Epstein or Epstein, whatever. But it's
Whatever,
definitely
I
not
don't-
U in the beginning.
Just because there's an E there doesn't mean it's not pronounced that way.
That is actually what it means.
I have no
Like,
idea. I don't know
literally what it
Anyway-
means.
Anyway, Epstein, fuck around, whatever.
He's a piece of shit anyway.
So this dude was a financer, I guess what is it? The venture capitalist?
billionaire. I believe.
Yeah, but he's also a convicted sex offender, sex trafficker, pedophile, all around using his white privilege to fuck little kids, saying he doesn't see fucking a teenager as a bad thing, fucking a small kid is a bad thing.
Why would you say using his white privilege?
Because he hid behind it because he had a lot of money.
That's not white privilege. That's just money.
Is it just money?
Yes, it's money.
It's got
Bill
to be.
Cosby did the same fucking thing with money.
Well, no. Bill
He didn't
Cosby.
fuck kids,
Yeah,
but
I was gonna say.
yeah.
I mean, he did a
used
lot of
his mon-
things, but he
I mean,
didn't.
he
He
used his
didn't.
money. I don't.
He was doing this for a while.
But his
and-
money was the big thing. I don't think his ethnicity necessarily was.
I mean, he had a lot of powerful friends.
Yeah, that was by his money. He wasn't somebody broke that was just like, oh, I'm white. Look at me. I can do all this shit. He had fucking money.
Yeah, true.
It's
the money.
That's the only reason why all that
Yeah.
shit happened.
He had a lot of money. There's no
A lot
doubt
of-
about
and
it.
he-
I'm not
power.
saying he didn't. He had a lot of power.
That's
he
where-
seemed like a terrible piece of shit.
Yeah, but this seems kind of silly though. That's where his power came from, was from his fucking money.
Well, no, not all of his power came from his money. His political friends obviously had.
How do you think he got all those friends? You thought it was just because he was white?
I'm not saying it's all because he's just because he's his ethnicity, but he had a lot of power based on the fact that he had connections with a whole bunch of people.
Because he had money. You don't get connections like that unless you have money.
You could know people who have political power.
Not at that fucking level. Get away with that kind of shit. That's ridiculous.
All right, let's keep going.
Yeah, let's
once,
keep moving.
okay, once we see a meth head that has that kind of connections, that's broke as shit, then I can see that argument. But that shit literally never fucking happens.
Do we know any people of color on this level that are pedophiles and billionaires?
Well, first of all, there's very few. Well, yeah, it's R. Kelly.
But R. Kelly's not a billionaire.
He's not, but he sure to use his fucking money as power over those fucking family and fucking kids, didn't he?
Well, he went to trial back in the 90s.
This guy's been convicted already.
Yeah. And R. Kelly should be. He's a piece of shit too.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
But what I'm saying also is his conviction, I think that was in Florida, didn't stop him from being able to get away with doing crimes again and again and again.
are you talking about R. Kelly or Jeffrey?
No, I'm talking about this guy, Epstein.
Okay,
He was convicted of being a sex deviant sexual predator back, I think it was 10 years ago? 10, 11 years ago.
God damn.
So long before this, he got off easy.
Yeah.
And so I think that there is a lot to say about his political connections. I agree on his money, and possibly even his ethnicity playing a role in him getting off easy after being convicted.
I believe if you have enough money, you can get over a lot of shit. We saw it with people of color as well. We saw it with fucking Bill Cosby. We saw it with, what the fuck's the guy's name? O.J. Simpson. We saw it with R. Kelly. If you have enough money, you can get over a lot of shit.
MJ.
Yeah, Michael Jackson. Like, list goes fucking on and on. That's why I like to separate the white privilege bullshit from like me just having fucking a shitload of money. Because that shitload of money is what buys you all those privileges.
MJ never convicted of something. I just want to be clear on that.
Yeah, and we all know why, because they had a shitload of money.
But I just want to be clear on this. Even though this guy did have a lot of, obviously had a lot of money as well, he was convicted and still got a chance to be a billionaire flying on planes, doing all kinds of stuff.
Assets weren't freeze. He was
The conviction part is what gives me some real pause with this
Don't
piece of
drink
shit.
that soda.
What? Oh, that's
Yeah, I saw it fly over there.
It's
Sorry,
all good.
man.
Yeah, but this guy was a convicted sex offender for years. He should have gotten a much harsher sentence. It doesn't sound like they took it as seriously as it should have been the first time.
Looks like he got a different kind of sentence.
Yeah,
They
so
did.
look, he was arrested July 6th of 2019. So he was in jail for roughly a month
For
for sex trafficking minors in New York to Florida to New York. So he was on suicide watch, and on this watch, he quote unquote committed suicide, or he committed suicide. Details are still sketchy.
Yeah, that seems
Doesn't
real.
seem like
That
it's been
shit seems real sketchy.
Real
to me.
sketchy.
Well, I think
So
from what they
he
said,
was on 24-hour surveillance
yeah.
and somehow died.
And I also heard the guards were not there for like 3 hours. That's what happened. But I'm like,
Yeah,
not a
apparently. Or sorry, go ahead.
sorry, I'm not a fucking conspiracy theorist, but this some bullshit.
Well, I know they were saying that he was supposed to be. There was supposed to be a security or a guard that was supposed to check on him every 30 minutes, and I guess that's when they were gone for like 3 hours and they didn't check up
Yeah.
on him. But yeah, he was on suicide watch for a while, but then they gave up on that and gave him a 30-minute window or whatever. It's fucking weird.
My boy Mike said his suicide was a surprise to him too.
Yeah.
I totally agree, because it's just. And you know what's crazy to me now is like after the fact, people are trying to blame the Clintons instead of. And I'm just like, because there's a picture with him, but I'm like, there's pictures of him with Trump and a whole bunch of other fucking people too. So it's like, why do you blame it on just the Clintons?
Yeah, so that's totally fucked up. His connections with some of everybody run deep as fuck. Like a whole lot of billionaires and super powerful political people partied with this guy consistently for decades.
Yeah.
That's not even up for debate. That's not conspiracy bullshit. That's just, there's documentation, there's pictures we all have seen that haven't been doctored for shit.
Yeah,
with
they're
him partying with some of everybody.
Yeah.
And then some of these now women who were young girls at the time are all starting to come forward. There's a handful that have said, yeah, I was 15, I was 16.
Or younger.
Or younger. Talking about doing it on the plane, private island bullshit.
Oh, that's right. The plane. Oh, so someone set up a it's not even a group. It's like it's almost like a organization for women who flew on the planes for a certain period of time, like between a decade, to come to this organization to tell your story about flying with Epstein, fuckhead,
Where are your
whatever.
parents at? You 16 years old, you on the plane with these?
This is the same thing with the R. Kelly thing. If you pay somebody enough money, some shitty ass parents enough money, they'll let you do whatever they want. It's fucked up. And people are pieces of shit.
Yeah, there's no defending this, but
Back to that money thing.
I just want to be real clear. Whatever, I can't remember what year it was, but 10 years, whatever it was,
I didn't know
in
that happened.
Florida, when he got
2008.
when he got convicted of some type of sexual crime,
So
that should have been it for his ass.
let me throw some numbers out here. 2008 served 13 months
What the fuck is that?
On a plea deal with 36 girls, some as young as 14.
What the fuck? Now, see, that's
36.
That's where, you talk about his political connections. That's where you talk about...
13 months.
At the same time, though, like, that's why I bring it back to, like, R. Kelly shit, because there was a video of him pissing on a fucking underage girl.
Yeah.
And somehow he got off. Like, he didn't serve any fucking time.
No, I hear you. He was never convicted.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, though. He
This
should have
dude
been
was
convicted.
He should have been. Absolutely. No, I'm not arguing with you. All I'm saying is this guy was convicted and still got a basically slap on the wrist for what he did. That's all fucked up. Like, Kelly, yes, should have been. They were selling the video all over the country on VHS.
And even though you hear me saying that, I'm not saying that this guy should have got off. No, I mean, both of them are pieces of shit.
Yeah.
Anybody that does some shit like that to kids or people that are not consenting, they're pieces of shit. They need to be thrown in fucking jail for a long ass time. So I hope nobody's hearing me wrong on
Let
that.
the inmates take care of it.
You're clear. You're clear. It's just I can't get over the fact that you already had him dead to rights, basically, and you let him off the hook.
Well,
10 years ago.
Aren't they saying like he was?
He did 13
no.
months.
Okay, this is the reason why. Okay, so on June 30th, 2008, Epstein pleaded guilty to a state charge 1 of 2 of procuring for prostitution a girl below the age of 18. That's why it was so little.
I mean, that's with a
yeah.
minor.
Yeah, that should give you at least a decade. At least on that conviction.
that's
Oh,
what-
and it was in Florida. That's the other reason.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Florida's
There you
fucked
go.
up too.
Yeah.
That's all bad when you already have a conviction for underage shit with girls, and you.
But isn't the rumor or whatever the rumor is going around saying that somebody killed him because he had information and he was gonna like tell on other people about what's going on?
So
Actually, he
it's-
wasn't. Sorry, let me just be clear here. He wasn't convicted of having sex with an underage girl. He was only convicted for procuring a prostitute under the age of 18. So that's all fucked up
That's
too.
Yeah.
That's like
What do you do with prostitutes?
That's
yeah,
like
no
that-
shit.
That's
you
pretty
pay
mu-
them to fuck.
That's
you know?
pretty much a trafficking charge.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the
man.
reason why it was so little.
That
I
should be-
don't agree with it, but that's the reason why.
A
it was
little. That
that's-
should.
Okay, this is
That's
fucking
a slap
funny.
on the wrist
Or
is
this
what
is
he
this
got.
is crazy. So apparently there was a lawsuit against Trump and Epstein about from a female who said that the two had sexually assaulted her in one of his Manhattan residence,
All bad.
and she was 13.
All fucking bad.
Yeah.
Again, this looks like multiple states and multiple jurisdictions dropped the ball and allowed this predator piece of shit in the public with his private jets and shit for a smooth ass decade plus. Right? I don't see. I don't see another way of looking at that.
Oh my God! I'm looking at case versus case versus case of like girls that are like 16 down to 14.
That's fucking disgusting.
And this dude got off on each fucking
And they
case. He
had
might have
him.
paid.
That's what
some
gets
of
me.
Some of them he paid, but still no jail time.
They had him.
Like if somebody would have raped my daughter,
Gee.
that'd be a wrap for their life. Like seriously.
But could you imagine?
You might have thought you got away with it, but you didn't.
Could you imagine the court system saying, okay, you are guilty of soliciting underage prostitution, but just a little slap, a little tap on the
Well,
wrist.
actually, I was reading the actual thing, and it was, apparently he only served 3.5 months in jail, and the other part was.
Come on now.
Hold
What
on,
was
this is the other part. Is that what the fuck was it? 3.5 months in jail. He was allowed to leave jail on work release
What the
for
fuck?
up to 12 hours a day, 6 days a week.
He was basically staying in a hotel, basically.
Yeah.
So
This guy had all types of power.
So you know
Yeah,
what
his,
this
his,
sounds
his cell
like?
door was left unlocked. He had access to his attorney, television,
See?
all this shit. Wow.
I mean, I get where everybody was saying. I get the fact that R. Kelly's a piece of shit. I get the fact that Bill Cosby's a piece of shit. I'm all on
It
board.
doesn't excuse him for what he
It
did.
doesn't
but-
excuse him, and he got off easy. You can call it what you want,
Yeah,
but he
yeah,
got some
definitely.
privileges.
And
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if the access that this guy had while incarcerated, quote unquote,
Yeah, he wasn't a constable.
this was not. They did not grant this to Bill Cosby. They weren't going to grant this to OJ. Not even close.
and OJ didn't get
go to
convicted.
jail.
Yeah, he didn't go to jail.
if he got convicted,
But he
this
should have
would've
been.
Well, it's
And
the
then
second time
he
around.
went to jail for
Yeah.
stealing his own
civil case.
memorabilia.
Yeah.
Oh, what a dumbass.
I mean, dude, this
And now,
is.
and he's free now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's on YouTube now.
He's on Twitter and YouTube.
Yeah, he's all over the place. I mean, this dude, this Epstein guy, like, you know what this sounds like? What Kronos just described, him having basically an unsupervised ankle bracelet bullshit, Wilson Fisk from Daredevil
Yeah, basically.
is pretty much Wilson Fisk.
Basically.
He was still running shit while under guard.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's fucking ridiculous.
This is
I
like
hope-
real life
Hold
Wilson
on.
Fisk.
You want to know like real corruption? The sheriff's office received $128,000 from Epstein's nonprofit to pay for extra services
Yeah.
during his work release. So
Come
yeah,
on.
that's
What?
totally fucking corrupt.
Yeah.
That's
Get the
that's
fuck outta
that,
here.
that's definitely money privilege.
Yeah, it's just money.
That's fucking stupid.
And power. You,
And power,
you,
yeah.
you gotta
And
have
power,
some political
yes.
connections.
That's how you get the power is with the money.
That's what
Cannot
what's they
get power
said.
without it.
I hear
can't.
you. Well, but I mean, there are some people who have political power who don't
Are
come
broke?
Well, who don't come from serious money.
They
not
don't
billion-
come from money, but they have money now.
just because they're in political power.
Yeah, most of them do. Like, how the fuck do you think people come to political power, especially here in America?
The overwhelming majority, you're absolutely right. I'm just saying that you don't like. I wouldn't say. Obviously, he's dead now, but I wouldn't say John McCain was on the level of a billionaire.
He had
No.
money though. Like, he definitely had money.
Yeah, I just don't think it's anywhere near this
I'm
stratosphere.
sure he's no, but he was definitely a millionaire. Definitely a millionaire. I don't consider him corrupt, but he definitely had money. And I know his daughter definitely grew up in a life of privilege from money.
Okay. I don't know all his background. I just think this is a different stratosphere of money. I really.
Well, yeah. With this one, this is always different from. He was way more rich than John McCain was.
Yeah.
But like a lot of those politicians that rise to power, John McCain is kind of a poor example because he was pretty straight-laced. But a lot of those fucking guys
Yeah.
and women, they're pieces of shit. They're all bought by lobbyists. And they take a billionaire in corporate
for sure.
money all the fucking time to do their bidding, not the people's bidding.
Agreed 1,000% on that. I don't even think Barack had crazy money before office.
Well, before office, but after office, he had fucking $40 million.
Yeah.
So, where'd that money come from?
He got that Barack money now.
Oh, I think he got book deals. I think he got money for going on like tours and signing stuff. He's got a whole bunch of things
But
going on.
$40 million.
That's a lot of money. Look,
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
I'm just saying before office, I don't think he had anywhere close.
No,
to
he
that
did. But I'm saying is that he accumulated a lot of money from being a president with a salary of like less than $500,000 a year.
money. Yeah, I think that's right.
So like there's a huge discrepancy there. He didn't go on fucking during his presidency. He didn't go on fucking book tours.
No, you can't.
So where'd the money come from? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it came from endorsement and signing and all that other stuff. I get that. I'm just saying prior to it, you don't have. There's a couple of exceptions. The overwhelming majority have come from money, but there's a couple of exceptions of people who didn't have.
To me, he's not an exception because he took money, I believe, directly for like a lot of shit. Like, there's a reason why he's the president that dropped the most amount of fucking bombs with drones, and I'm pretty sure it has to do with fucking contractor money.
I want to bring this back to Epstein. So his connections to past and current political administrations. I want to bring it a little bit back to what I was talking about. The organization. There's I believe it's the DOJ or someone's out there asking young girls if they flew on what was dubbed the Lolita Express, which was the private jet that flew both Bill Clinton, Epstein, and Donald Trump and various others.
Why would any little girl fly on something called that?
No idea.
Or any parent allow their child to be?
Well,
If it was called that-
it's not. It was not a official term. It was like
A nickname.
Yeah, the nickname because that little like chicks running around. Probably because they took money. They probably took a bunch of money to have these little like teenage girls running around in like miniskirts and
Just like a
stuff.
fucking crowd. Listen, if somebody wanted to fly my daughter anywhere without me, no, like that's easy. I mean,
That's what any
especially on a
parent should
private
say.
fucking jet. Are you fucking
With
insane?
40-year-old men.
Yeah, there's no fucking way.
Yeah.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's a lot of people. I mean, I've seen the memes saying that like the Clintons killed Epstein because he went on record saying he knows a lot of stuff about
sure he
a
knows
lot
shit.
of powerful people. He said he knew these other people that are in very powerful positions that were having sex with minors. He just didn't spill the beans. So, I mean, it would make sense that conspiracy theorists are all over this, but as the general public knows, this sounds fishy as fuck.
I think the general public is all over this. I don't
Oh,
think,
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
think
yeah.
you have to be a conspiracy theorist to think that this is fishy as fuck that he
Fishy as
committed
hell.
suicide.
The problem is with me is that people just they like to point the finger at the Clintons, but it's like he was a fucking friend of a lot of people, including the president.
Including Donald
Including
Trump,
the president.
who's been to the Mar-a-Lago. They've flown out. He's been on this flight as well.
Yeah,
So-
and that's fucking crazy. So I'm sure that multiple people that are billionaires decided to kill this dude.
Yeah.
There's no
I mean,
way he fucking committed suicide.
We're also talking about Hollywood people like Naomi Campbell, Dustin Hoffman, Michael Bloomberg,
He knew some of everybody.
Tony Blair,
Yeah.
Prime Minister of fucking Britain, like a ton of people, very powerful people, like world leaders.
All right, he spent a lot of time with this dude.
Yeah, I hope
about
his
to hit 30
estate
minutes.
I hope his estate gets blown up.
I'm glad he's dead.
Yeah, fuck this guy.
Honestly, but I wish they would have like exposed all the other pieces of shit.
I
That
wish,
Hopefully they still can.
they
Yeah.
won't. It's gonna get buried. It's already too late. They're gonna bury it.
unless someone gets a hold of like some thumb drive that has some shit on it.
I think I read somewhere they already fucking sealed the file, so
Oh shit!
All right.
they're already burying it.
Where you want to go next?
Anyway,
then?
somewhere happier, please. Jesus.
All right. Idris Elba nearly died. Did y'all see this shit?
Oh,
I mean,
Fucking.
What happened?
hey, them wings be spicy though.
Oh man!
Oh,
I
the
thought
hot
some kind of was it a YouTube show? Or
Yeah,
something?
it's a-
it's a show. He has celebrities on there. And
It's
he has
it's
them
called
tries-
Now We Feast. and
Yeah.
it's called The Hot Ones, and it's a show where they eat chicken wings,
Wings.
and there's like 8 of them, and they get hotter as they progress, and the hosts ask questions as they eat.
So each wing has a different sauce. They're supposed to be the
Yeah.
world's hottest sauces on them. And he's had some of the some A-list actors,
Hot Ones.
Stitch,
Season
like Idris, on
Stitch has
there.
a real problem with it.
Yeah, I mean, Scarlett's been
Yeah,
on
yeah.
there.
why does he have a problem with Idris?
He
He
basically
does-
thinks he's not.
He doesn't think
not
Idris
a star.
he doesn't think Idris is the E-list.
He'll have to explain it to himself. when
He-
he's
Well,
back
it's
on there.
it's funny he had not something Bell, the blonde chick. I can't think of her first name.
Kristen Bell?
Yeah, he had her on there, and she was eating she was doing the wings, and apparently she had like a high tolerance for spicy food,
Yeah.
because she was fine all the way at the end. Like she
hey.
was sweating at all.
I gotta give her credit because she's hung out with a lot of black folk. I'm gonna put that out there.
Which celebrities is she on? Or celebrity black folks? Or
Huh?
who's
you
she's hung
talk-
out with?
Kristen Bell.
Because she's done.
Oh, okay,
Because
yeah.
she's been in like. Hold on. If you look at her earlier work, she was in like some like.
Black
Yeah.
Patrol.
No, no.
Black.
That's not Hollywood. That's
Yeah, it is. What you talking about?
That's the quote unquote industry.
Yeah, Black.
L.A. baby.
While you looking that up, back to Idris. This motherfucker, he actually wanted to fight the dude. He looked at him and he was like, "You want to go?" You know?
I know he can actually fight, right?
Yeah, no, I believe it,
He's
and
a-
I've seen him.
He has legit Muay Thai.
Yeah, but he mouths it as he's fucking choking to death.
Yeah.
You want to fucking go? You
Well,
made
it's-
this?
I watch the show pretty regularly, and there's a lot of celebrities that come on there and they get fucking mad. Like this spiciness just does something. Like Kevin Hart was on there. He said it was the way he was feeling was almost like he was drunk.
Yeah.
Like he just felt fucking like totally out of his mind or something like that. So I can see that happening.
Them spices are no fucking joke.
Oh,
when you
hell
get
no.
like 10 out of 10 level and shit.
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
ghost pepper sauce.
You know, it's funny. My boy Sheesh, that dude can eat the spiciest fucking food. He's just like, I'm
Seen
good.
it.
He's like, I can use this shit for lube.
Yeah,
Dude,
Damn.
that's he can,
it'll suck for her.
I've seen
he
him.
can legit eat like the spiciest shit and be like unfazed.
I've seen him.
Indian cat.
Can't cook chicken for shit.
Yeah, and good goat though.
Yeah,
Like,
good.
he's curry goat.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, is he like? I guess he's like your brother-in-law, right?
Yeah, I guess-
kind of in a way,
yeah,
or-
in a weird off way.
Yeah.
But yeah, Idris is like a DJ. He's got an eclectic kind of background and shit. He's obviously done all the he's in the recent movie Hobbs and Shaw, talking about I'm
Yeah.
Black Superman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I gotta see that movie. It looks
Them
fucking
wings
good.
nearly took his
Yeah.
ass out though, man. I loved it. Shit was funny.
I gotta check that out.
Has anybody seen Hobbs and Shaw?
Not
Yes.
yet. I haven't
Okay.
seen it yet.
I've seen it.
So let's. Funny you said. It's funny you said that because remember when you said it's supposed to be like a low
yeah.
opening. And I
I'm
was
sorry.
like-
It's,
Well, you don't want to
says-
put this on the list?
yeah, I put it on the list.
Well, you said that they were predicting they're gonna have a low opening, and I was like, there's way too much big dick energy in that fucking movie for it to be a low opening. It was mediocre, sort of at best.
Well, I put
opening
on-
in America, but
Yeah.
worldwide though.
It made plenty of money.
Yeah.
What I was trying to say, the reason why I put it on the list, I didn't get a chance to talk about it last week. For the Fast and the Furious franchise, it was low, and what's his name? Baby boy Tyrese was throwing all kinds of shade about it being the lowest
Yeah, but
for Fast and the Furious.
It's definitely.
But it's like over 300 million,
Yeah,
and
it's-
number 2 or number 1 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, it's not the lowest for Fast and the Furious. Get the fuck out of here. Like
But for opening
For
weekend.
opening weekend, I think.
No, it's not.
Yeah, we went
The
through
first
the
Fast and
numbers.
Furious.
Oh, really? Okay.
First Fast and Furious didn't do shit opening weekend. Neither did the second. Neither did the third. It didn't start getting big until Justin Lin came on.
Wow. Okay, so what was this opening? What was it, like 60 million?
Hold on.
I think out of the 8 movies, I think it fell in like the top, like the 6th one.
Yeah.
So it wasn't
Okay.
the worst. It wasn't
All
the
right,
worst.
Then look, Tyrese
Yeah.
was on. I got the quote from Tyrese.
I think
my bad.
Tokyo
So
Drift was at the bottom.
That's where you fucked up already.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying Tyrese is a reliable source. I'm just saying that's what he was throwing shade about. So, Fast and the Furious opening. Right? I thought didn't it say it at the headline? Or
Yeah, see, that's what I thought. Tokyo Drift only did 23 million.
oh,
The final box office was only 62 million.
wow. Okay,
Damn,
yeah, that's way
that's
lower.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
it's way lower. People
That
are
one
tripping.
fucking
And the
sucked.
first one, like I said, didn't do shit. Opening weekend was $40 million. Final box office was $144 million.
oh yeah, it's way over that already.
Too Fast, Too
Yeah,
Furious.
it was
did
over
$50
that
million.
opening weekend.
Fucking final box
Yeah,
office,
okay.
127 million. That's why I was like, people are fucking tripping.
Nah,
And then Hobbs and Shaw opening weekend was 60 million in America, but
Yeah.
in the world it did way better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it did
it
over
was-
200 million.
Yeah, so it's already number 6. It's gonna go up from here.
So it's nowhere near a flop, despite what
No.
Tyrese was saying.
Yeah,
he's
fucking
just
tripping.
fucking butthurt that
'Cause
it
he's not
did
in
so-
it.
Yeah, that he's not in it, and it did as well as it
Well,
did.
then what was the misleading headline then you were showing at the top though? Wasn't that saying?
Well, it said with Hobbs and Shaw out, every Fast and Furious. It's just telling you the
Oh, okay,
the
the,
list.
order. Okay.
yeah the order.
Okay.
Like,
I thought it was a misleading headline for a
No,
second.
no, it definitely wasn't. So Furious 7, obviously, it did. They're only accounting for fucking American shit.
Yeah.
But obviously, opening weekend for Furious 7, it was $147 million in
Yeah,
America.
that's more, but
And the final box office for America was $353 million. All this is misleading because this is a fucking international box
Franchise.
office smasher.
yeah.
Like, it does way better overseas than it does in America.
Yeah, just like a lot of the MCU movies do way better overseas than they do domestically.
But no, this one was like by a lot. Hobbs
Yeah.
and Shaw did what 60 million opening weekend, but overseas it did 120 million.
yeah,
So like double the money.
It's pretty much unheard of.
I'm with it. I want to actually still see the movie.
Yeah, I still do. I just want to see that fucking dope ass motorcycle. I want it.
Motorcycle was pretty
The
sick.
best motorcycle on film.
And
In my opinion.
the other thing is, and I know I want to get Old Ninja's take since he has seen it, but it seems like the audiences in general like it too. Mm-hmm. I haven't heard of people shitting on it all that
That-
much. Besides Tyrese.
Listen, all the Fast and Furious movies, except for like maybe Too Fast and Furious, still wasn't that bad to me.
Tokyo Drift.
Tokyo Drift was the worst one.
Yeah, that was rough. That had Bow Wow.
Yeah.
But the rest of them, they're fun films.
Yeah.
Like, I love watching them. They're like a guilty pleasure. I'm not fucking guilty. I don't feel guilty about it. I fucking like watching them because I love cars and I love action, and it's a perfect mix.
An explosion.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's explosions
They gave
everywhere.
us. They introduced me to Gal Gadot.
Oh shoot.
I think
You know, I
they
didn't know-
introduced everyone to Gal Gadot.
I didn't know she was in. She originally was in the 4th movie before she
Yeah.
was in the 7th movie or
She's
something
in
like
the
that.
4th, 5th, and dies in the 6th.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's right. That sounds right. So, what do you think of this one?
It's fucking Fast and Furious with fucking The Rock and Jason Statham. I mean, they talk about. So the one thing they don't really talk about in the film is their other brother, but what they do is they do flashbacks and they show.
Oh, the one that
an-
died.
No, yeah, he died in like Fast and Furious 5 or 6 or some shit.
Yeah, one of them motherfuckers.
One of them.
The Rock's brother? I'm sorry.
No,
No, the
Jason Statham's
Jason Statham.
character.
He's the one that had like that
Shaw's brother.
sports car that was real low to the ground, and
okay,
like
yeah,
the
yeah,
wheels
I
would turn
remember.
and shit.
I remember.
Yeah,
that.
he drives a McLaren in the Hobbs
The
and
wheels
Shaw
would
drives a
turn.
McLaren.
That's good because how would you corner?
Well, no, like they
I know
turn.
I know. What you-
Yeah.
All 4 wheels turn.
So yeah, they don't really talk about the brother, but they show in flashbacks a kid that represents like their brother, but they don't talk about him by name. Helen Mirren's in the film, who plays the
She's the
mom,
mom, yeah.
but she's gonna be in Fast 9, so she's in that. I mean, there's a bunch of explosions. I mean, yeah, it's a big action fest. It feels like another Fast and Furious without Vin Diesel, and it's just 2 characters that you kind of know. So.
Did you miss not having Vin Diesel and Tyrese in this shit?
It doesn't feel like that because like they're both recruited by like intelligence agencies because Hobbs is when we first meet Hobbs in part 5, he's part of like this government agency. So they come back and like they use his office outsourcing another office to recruit him. And it's by a guest star, a huge guest star, who's like part of in the movie. I don't want to give it away, but it was like a shock to me because I didn't know this person was in the film.
Isn't that the same guy from the last one?
No.
Okay.
So they introduced a character that's probably gonna last in the rest of the franchise. They also tie in the Italian Job.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah,
That was
'cause
with Statham, right?
Yeah. So check this out. I think Fast 8 was directed by F. Gary Gray, which directed the Italian Job with Jason Statham. So they show
He
what.
did the Italian Job too?
Yeah, he did the Italian Job as
Oh
well.
shit, he was in
I
there.
remember back when he was F. Gary Gray was like all he did was like music videos.
Yep.
Yeah, he
And I
was.
like,
Him and
legit
Hype
director.
Williams.
Yeah.
But then he's done some more. I mean, he did Straight Outta Compton, which everybody loves.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, there's one of the minis from that film. They make a quick reference to it, and you see the mini. So I'm like, oh shit.
That's
so
cool.
man.
yeah, they do little stuff like that. I mean, it's a fun film. It's not going to win no awards. I mean, if you want to see fast cars and explosions, I mean, yeah, they're just like one of the Fast and Furious where they're driving cars from building to building. They have like something like that, like The Rock holding the chain, holding the fucking.
You see that in the trailer.
Yeah,
the
holding
helicopter
a
and
fucking
shit.
helicopter and shit, like he wouldn't get ripped apart or pulled off.
Captain America did that shit in the.
Yeah.
Action scene for action scene though, comparing this one with the latest, what was it, Mission Impossible? Did you like those action scenes better than this one?
Mission Impossibles feel more grounded.
Okay.
This feels more Fast and Furious-y with the ridiculously, but it looks cool. It looks cool, but you know it's fucking ridiculous. You know The Rock should have been pulled apart while he's holding a fucking attack helicopter with a fucking train. They link up all these old Fords together with these souped-up engines, like they're instantly connected, like nothing could go wrong. Like they wouldn't do multiple tries to link up and shit. They all perfectly link up, and the fucking helicopter picked them up. It looks crazy, but it looks cool on film.
Technically, you can do that.
I mean, yeah, but not without.
Not in one take.
Not in one take. They do it flawlessly every fucking time. There's like 6 fucking trucks linked together, and then they fucking get fucking pulled off with The Rock holding on with a fucking chain. It looks fucking crazy, but it looks cool on film, even though you know that would never fucking happen ever. So it's a fun film. It's not like they ignore the Fast and Furious franchise. They obviously spun off from it, so they did a couple jabs, but they also referenced, like I said, the Italian Job, a couple other movies as well, which I didn't quite catch. So, I mean, it's fun, but it's not the greatest film, obviously.
Is Vin Diesel doing the same level of hating as Tyrese?
I have no idea.
'Cause I've only heard Tyrese speaking out.
No idea.
I think it's fake shit just to like get it in the news.
Get
I
some
don't think
press.
it's real. Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, this little singer dude talking shit about The Rock. It's like, get the fuck out of here.
I don't think anybody's watched like Transformers or Fast and the Furious for Tyrese.
No.
No, that's
yeah,
true.
no.
But I'll be honest, he used to make good music.
Yeah,
yeah.
man, yeah.
Early
The Coke,
2000s, yeah.
the Coke bottle commercial
that's-
back in the day
that's-
on a bus.
on the bus.
That's what started his career.
Yeah. So,
So-
man, good luck to him, but
I
let
guess.
The Rock get his money. Let Jason
Yeah.
Statham.
Well,
get
The
Yeah.
Rock, the Rock's
them
gonna get his
papers.
money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rock's gonna go to his.
Is
get
he
his
the
money.
is he the highest paid actor right now?
He was
Rock
for a
that
while.
was.
Oh.
I thought
Maybe.
it was- but it might be RDJ now.
Could be.
Who?
No.
Could be Sam Jackson.
No, it's definitely not him.
Not RDJ?
No, because he only comes out with like one movie a year.
But
If
Yeah,
that.
but he also. But he
What
also
was that
gets.
bankroll from?
Yeah,
from
he
these
also
last
gets
two?
credit. He also gets a percentage of film.
Yeah, but so does The Rock. And The Rock makes more films a year than he does that accumulate to way more money. So most of the films that The Rock are in are at or near $1 billion.
Yeah, Skyscraper wasn't. The
Yeah,
Rampage
there's been a
wasn't.
few
But
flops
that's,
in there.
Yeah.
that's still money in his pocket, though. RDJ, he makes one film a year, maybe.
But if you're getting a percentage of a near $3 billion movie,
Yeah, but the Rock's getting paid that, too. You could, I mean, look it up. He's
Yeah,
the highest
let's
paid
see.
actor.
Now,
So it'll
2019.
let you know.
Is this on Forbes? Oh, here we
well,
go.
the year ain't done.
And
yet.
it's also the films that The Rock are in. He's like by
Wow,
far
that's
the
surprising.
What, is it
He's by far the biggest name.
You guys would not guess who the number one highest paid actor is right now.
Samuel L. Jackson.
George Clooney
Oh.
No way.
at 239 million. The Rockets second place at 124 million
What did
for
George
this
Clooney
year.
even do?
That's what I want to fucking know.
I haven't seen him in anything in a while, unless he got paid for them. Maybe the Ocean
RDJ's
movie?
on there too, but he's far behind.
He is.
Oh.
Oh,
He's
shit.
3.
Damn,
He's number
RDJ.
3?
RDJ
Will
made.
Smith is 6.
Yeah, RDJ made less than Chris Hemsworth.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
That's crazy. Jackie Chan's still on here. What the fuck has he done?
He's
still
still
making
that
movies
Chinese
recently.
money, man.
Yeah, I guess that's
so,
an overseas
wait,
movie.
did y'all see that it's coming to Netflix? It's Jackie Chan and Arnold Schwarzenegger
I'll
are in
stitch
some
you love
fucking
this.
film. It's about to come out pretty
What's it
soon.
called? That sounds
Fuck, I
interesting.
remember the fucking movie.
So this is gonna be, if Stitch was here, he'd be like, oh, see what I tell you. So for female actress, guess who number one is?
Of course,
Scarlett.
And
Scarjo.
guess who's at last place?
Gal.
Yes, Gal Gadot.
Oh,
Stitch would be.
damn.
But
wait, hold on.
Scarlett- wait,
I gotta
Gal
say.
hasn't done a movie
wait,
this
hold
year,
on.
though.
He's not here, but I'm gonna have to say it. Stitch was right.
Well,
There you go. There you go.
Wait till Gal has a
Damn.
Yeah, but
Is that another L for you?
No, it's
Oathbreaker?
It's interesting looking at the amount. So number one female, she makes 40 million, and the number one man makes 239 million.
Damn.
That's a huge fucking gap.
Hold on, it's a huge gap. See, people look at this the wrong fucking way. How long has George Clooney been making movies and been on TV?
No, I'm just saying, like in general, it's a giant gap. It's not a sex thing.
I'm saying in general, though.
Yeah, he's been acting for a way fucking
Yeah,
long time.
He's been acting longer than she's probably been fucking alive.
with more leads.
Yeah, and so people they try to make that direct comparison, but you can't make the direct comparison because he's been acting way fucking longer. And
Oh yeah,
Wait, is this cumulative or is this just for this year?
just for this year.
Yeah.
Wow. Well,
And I think the only thing she's done is the Avenger movie. So
Well, yeah, and she hasn't done her lead movies have been flops. Though I will tell you that when Black Widow comes out, I think that's gonna make a lot of money. I think it could be $1 billion.
okay.
From what I've seen so far, that most people haven't seen.
It was
but
an extended trailer, right?
it was
It was like
wasn't- it was like a
clip.
preview.
Yeah.
It was 2 clips in a preview. They haven't been released yet to the interwebs, but what I saw, easily be $1 billion movie.
So to answer your question, Oathbreaker, the movie with Jackie Chan and Arnold Schwarzenegger is called Journey to China, The Mystery of Iron Mask. So it comes out later this year. I
We shall
believe to a streaming service. I've seen some set photos. It looks fucking crazy.
dude, since we're on the topic of movies, this one's been sitting on here the list for a while. But I finally went to go see Spider-Man. What is it called? Actually, it's called.
European Vacation.
Far From Home.
European Vacation.
It's actually called Iron Man: Far From Home because holy shit,
I was gonna
dude.
say Far From Iron Man.
Yeah, this movie has so much fucking Iron Man reference. I swear to God, they said Iron Man way more times than fucking Spider-Man in this whole entire fucking Spider-Man movie, and like every fucking scene almost seemed like it was a nod to Iron Man because the one that even pissed me the fuck off was the scene where they're flying in Tony Stark's airplane and what's name's flying the plane,
Happy.
and what is Spider-Man doing? In the back, making his new Spider-Man suit using Tony Stark's tech. And what music's playing? The same music that Tony Stark used for building his Iron Man suit.
Of course.
Wow.
And then like there's another scene where Spider-Man or Peter Parker's wearing Tony's glasses and his hair's all fucked up and he looks just like Tony Stark. It's like they're fucking trying to deep dick you with this Tony Stark shit in this
It's
entire fucking movie.
Yeah.
And then another thing was that once again this villain is a Tony Stark's villain basically. I mean it's not from his universe, but the guy is mad because of what Tony did. Again. So the Mysterio created, you know how like in the Iron Man movie where he used that VR thing to recreate his interaction with his parents, and like the scene with like the piano, and all of a sudden it fades away and he's like in front of an MIT class. Basically, Mysterio made that tech, and he was mad that Tony used that for therapy for Tony or whatever.
Listen, I'm gonna call it right now. Stitch is a fake Spider-Man fan.
Dude, it was
He
just,
doesn't even like he likes Iron Man. He doesn't even like Spider-Man.
There it is.
and then
He's
like
an Iron Man fan.
the spider, like the Peter Tingle or the Spidey Tingle, or what the fuck it was. Like, man, that was just fucking annoying. Like, it just didn't have that vibe of a spider sense. It was just, I mean, they hinted on him like closing his eyes and like feeling for it, but you have to have some kind of audio or visual reference to let you know what's going on with him, like that he's having the spider sense and not just him with his eyes closed.
Listen, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is the greatest Spider-Man movie of all fucking time.
Period.
I
Like,
agree.
it's honestly, it's one of the greatest comic book movies of all fucking time. It made me question why the fuck, I said it before on this podcast, but why the fuck we're making live action superhero films.
That's how good it was.
It seemed fucking silly.
Yep.
And I've literally watched the movie at least 50 fucking times.
Yeah.
My youngest daughter, Riley, she fucking loves the movie. So we watch it all the time. And I think Green Goblin's like a favorite character in it.
Oh wow.
And she knows Miles and all that shit. But it's just like, she loves watching it. And every time I watch it, I was like, this is fucking, it is so well made.
You know, the other sad thing about that movie, though, is financially, it didn't do as well as a traditional live-action
No,
Spider-Man movie
course not.
because these Spider-Man fans sometimes ain't shit. Like you had this
Wow.
this masterpiece,
like
and you didn't
Stitch?
even support it. You didn't. I mean, Stitch
Wow.
did see it. To be fair, he definitely saw Into the Spider-Verse, but a lot of people didn't see it in the theaters and just didn't believe. Oh, I don't want to see another Spider-Man movie if it's not, live action. Okay, you missed out.
So, yeah, you definitely missed out. If you haven't watched it, definitely watch it. I give it my highest recommendation.
That's a high 10.
Yeah, it's one of the greatest comic movies of all time.
There you go.
Easy.
It's so well made too. Like,
All the Easter eggs and shit. I'm
yeah,
still
there's
seeing
hundreds
Easter
of
eggs.
Easter eggs. Yeah,
Like,
like
seriously.
there's one that there's two scenes where they actually show Jim Lee or not Stan Lee. Sorry, they showed Stan Lee. So there's a scene where he buys the Spider-Man suit, which is one of them, and then another scene is when after Miles runs to Peter at the graveyard, and they're like swinging on the train or whatever. When they fall down into the ground, Miles says, he says something about, can you guys just walk around? And then Stan Lee's character is the one that walks over them.
Yeah.
And that's when he says, like, oh, thanks, New York.
And also, when you first meet Spider-Gwen, she's literally wearing her tights and her ballet shoes. Mm-hmm. And most people don't even notice that shit.
That was a great introduction for her.
Yeah.
And also when the explosion happened, you can actually see the characters flying out. Mm-hmm. At first, the first time around, I didn't see that, but you watch it again, like you can see them, like they're all going like different directions, stuff like that.
Only a couple, though.
Yeah, just a couple.
Because, like, I remember K-Mac was asking me, she's like, if they all come in at the same time, how come Spider-Gwen was there before everybody else? Because they explained it because she got kicked a week in the past.
Yeah.
And then also the older Spider-Man, older Peter Parker, he was actually older because the same time thing. Like, they pulled him from, like, he was 22 years as being Spider-Man, and he got kicked into the past.
Yep.
So.
Loved. I'll even say this. I love the Doc Ock gender.
Oh
bend.
yeah.
That was a great twist. I was like,
It
oh, I didn't
was.
see this coming. And I've never seen that in any comic or video game ever.
Yeah.
You know?
What
They should bring her into the comics.
Hell yeah, she was cool. I thought they had plans to do that. I
They
think
should,
so.
at least for Spider-Gwen. I mean,
Yeah.
that'd be great.
Well, it was interesting with her too because like the scene where Peter when she first introduced herself as Doc or whatever.
Yeah.
And Peter's like, oh, do your friends call you Doc? She's all, no, my friends call me Liz, but my enemies call me Doc. But later on, when they're inside Aunt May's house, Aunt May calls her Liz.
I love that.
So people are assuming like, oh, they must have some kind of friendship or something in the past that went on. But yeah.
Well, they probably did because Peter Parker, at that point, he was a scientist and
Hell
he
yeah.
had his life. So
Well, then like another crazy thing I didn't realize until like watching the show a few 20,000 times was that Spider-Gwen, that her Peter Parker was the Green Goblin in her world,
no,
and I didn't.
thought it was the
Or Lizard
lizard
Man.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Connor,
a lizard guy. I didn't realize
Dr.
that until
Connors.
like a few episodes or a few times I watched it because
yeah. You see his scale.
you can see his scales on his arms and stuff like that. So I thought that was kind of cool.
What is this guy? It's not the lizard. It's what the fuck's his name? What's the lizard guy's name in fucking?
Dr. Connors, right?
Yeah,
no, but he has like what's his fucking villain name? It's not Dr. Connors.
It's called the
The
lizard.
Is it?
Yeah, I
lizard?
think
it's just
a lizard.
That
Yeah,
just- To me, it
Well, 'cause
sounds
it-
lame.
Well,
Some of them are lame. Aqua,
Oh yeah,
Electro.
there's like Electro. There's fucking Scorpio
Yeah,
and
Scorpion, yeah.
Vulture, like all these fucking animal names. The
Yeah.
Kraken.
The Kraken. Oh, Craven.
Craven,
the
yeah.
Hunter.
We will fucking see, man.
Yeah, it is. All right, just making sure.
Yeah,
God
man.
damn.
It didn't sound right in my head.
Yeah.
You know, I said it. I was like, it doesn't sound right.
It's weird.
Goblin.
Comics are fucking weird. Did y'all see the news about Ninja?
Oh Ninja, what you do, Oh Ninja?
No,
I
not
did.
old ninja, white ninja.
The news about that and the controversy.
Yeah.
How it happened.
Break it down then, Chrono.
Wait, because he had
Yeah.
controversy before because he didn't want to play with female gamers,
Yeah,
right?
that's not to me. It's not controversial
Okay. Well, that's what people are having fucking confusion
because they're
about.
fucking stupid. Listen, if your girlfriend or significant other has a problem with you talking to women, and you just want to kind of avoid it, best way to do it is not stream with chicks. Not that he has a problem with chicks, but his girlfriend did, and he didn't want to fuck up his relationship. That's way more important.
That's his
than-
wife.
Yeah, his wife.
Yeah, I was about to
sorry,
say,
yeah.
isn't he married?
That's way more important. So I can totally understand that shit. If people are listening to this, they don't understand that, then either you're A, not in a relationship, or B, not in a serious one.
I'm going to go one step further and just put the extra piece on it and say that we're talking about a actual celebrity. And that's on a different level of thirsty ass groupies. So you and I and, guys on this cast, we don't have groupies beating down our doors.
Well, you don't.
Yeah.
I got them beating something.
I
else.
don't have groupies beating down my door trying to, ruin my relationship left and right. I mean, that's a different level.
He made the right call. Like him inconveniencing some random hose to please his wife seems beyond reasonable to me.
And to add more proof to that, I know he played with Ellen on her show.
Yeah.
Who's a woman, and
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go
Anyway,
ahead.
the controversy. Well, there was news and then controversy.
Yeah.
So the news is that Ninja, who's like one of the biggest streamers of all time.
Yep.
Plays a lot of Fortnite.
Mhm.
He switched over to Mixer, which is a Microsoft-owned company. He left Twitch for
Yep.
Mixer. And so what did Twitch do?
Oh.
They
Oh, I
fucking
saw this.
they basically all of his subscription, all of his fans, they basically forwarded them to like a porn site, and they're putting porn and shit. I'm just like, dude, what the fuck?
Streaming
Petty.
porn.
That
Petty.
is so fucking petty. Yeah.
But isn't most of his like viewers probably kids? Like,
Yes.
He's got a
Damn.
The vast
huge,
majority.
Huge. I mean, because Fortnite already skews extremely young.
Yeah.
In terms of its player base and its viewership base. But then you add Ninja, who he's a grown man. Don't get me wrong, but he's got the colorful hair and he looks kind of teenage-ish, and he has a personality that is welcoming to young fans. So yeah, man, what the fuck? Have they even explained like why they did that petty bullshit?
I haven't
They're probably
seen
gonna
it.
say it was always some kind of glitch.
Yeah. We didn't know something had happened. Blah blah blah.
Yeah. And he was disgusted. He put him on blast too. He was just like, "Hey, fans, if you watched me on Twitch, this was not me doing this bullshit. I moved over to Mixer. Twitch did this. They're gonna have to answer for it." And rightly so. He put him on blast on it. It was fucked up all the way around.
Yeah, I mean, imagine 12, 13-year-old girls and boys, and whatever gender in between, are trying to tune in because they didn't know the news.
Of course.
They go in and tune in, and all of a sudden, Ashley's clapping on the screen.
Fudas all over the place.
it'd been great if it was fucking just Overwatch porn.
Oh, man.
What kind of game level is this? Holy shit!
Where is this game?
I need to unlock that shit.
Hot coffee. What was the other part, Kronos?
I told you both parts.
Oh, okay.
Literally, like him leaving and then Twitch being an asshole.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah.
Did he say? Oh no, he left because of the Microsoft.
But it was big
Streaming
money for Mixer too.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought it was like a 7-8 figure dollar. It was in the millions, right?
Something like that, yeah. But I heard for female streamers, there's controversy with Mixer because there's like a dress code.
Oh,
I thought that was Twitch. I thought Twitch
No.
had a dress code. No.
Twitch,
No.
you can go on Twitch in a bra and panties.
It makes us a little different. Which, I mean, listen, ladies, if you want to be like a true female gamer, like showing your tits shouldn't. That's not what they're coming. That shouldn't be what you're advertising. Showing your skills should be what you're advertising.
Should be.
It should be. Like, 'cause to me, if you're showing your tits and shit on a Twitch stream playing video games, that's not what people are coming for. They're coming to look at your tits, and you're basically a cam girl. But if you want to show your skills, then show your skills. I'm not saying you can't wear whatever the fuck you want. You can wear whatever the fuck you want. But you know what you're doing. And I fucking know what you're doing.
Yes.
And if you want to try to argue with me, listen, I'm a fucking grown-ass man. I know what you're doing. And you're some young dumbass. So
Not all of them are young. but,
Well, no,
but yeah.
But I mean, you're showing your tits like that. Like, you know what you're doing.
Yeah. Sometimes it's tits, sometimes it's ass, sometimes it's the ahigeho face. It's some of everything.
Yeah.
But hey, everybody's got their hustle or whatever. I'm not hating on the girls doing it per se. Some of them are fun.
I'm not either because, I mean, listen, make money the way you want to make money. But at the same time, it's like, you know what you're doing. Like, you can't sit there.
Yeah,
don't fucking
pretend.
that they're coming to. They're just so interested to see how your fucking gamer skills. No, they're coming to see your fucking tits
Yeah.
Because imagine if a male gamer did that shit.
with the same mediocre skills.
Yeah.
Nobody watch that fucking shit.
I mean, unless you're really good and you're showing your tits, then I guess you got the perfect combo, but probably not.
And there are people who are pretty much shitty at certain games, but they have such fun personality, even without showing, some lightweight lewdness, that people go and watch them anyway. They're just like, oh, I just want to see this person die over and over again, and they talk well.
And and that's fine, but people kind of trip over shit like that. You know what I mean?
So is this like this is a blanket policy that's only enforced on women
No,
or
I think
girls?
I think it's on men too. I mean,
Okay.
obviously it'll be because no men's gonna have their dick out, right? So or go topless or some shit.
I ain't
Only
been
if
on
for-
Mixer. It might be like Grindr up in that bitch.
Yeah.
Only if it's for Obama. I mean, not Obama. Hold on, baby.
I don't know. To
I'm thinking
me-
Dick Ride and Obama. That's what I was.
I mean, to me, even though we do stream on this podcast, I used to stream. I don't anymore because I'm too busy. But it's just like, to me, I don't get a lot of satisfaction from watching somebody play a game, unless they're like doing like some sort of tutorial. If I'm just watching you trying to figure out a game or just play, it's like, I could do that. Like,
Yeah.
But I think for some people that are younger, I get it because they don't have money and they can't afford to like play games and they want to like watch somebody else play. I get that, but the same, I'm a fucking adult, you know.
It's kind of the comedy behind it too, because some of the gamers they're a little bit more kind of theatrical.
Yeah, most of them come off as like super awkward nerdy.
Yeah.
like no social skills.
Yeah, there's a ton of them like that. I'll say this.
Not all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of them are a lot like a podcast. Just like in a lot of ways like this, just freeballing it, talking about all kinds of shit from sports to politics to whatever while gaming.
Geek and Sundry do their podcasts on there, as well as Culture Junkies. They do their podcasts on Twitch.
Yeah. But I'm saying some of them are actually gaming and streaming while doing a lightweight amount of almost podcasting in terms of their conversations.
Oh,
I mean, that's
Epic
what-
Mealtime. They do that.
Yeah, they do. I mean, that'd be fun to do, and I'm glad that Mixer came out because it's an alternative. I think that when you have one basically monopoly on a certain franchise. I mean, listen, Twitch killed YouTube gaming. They did.
Yeah, I was gonna say
They
what
fucking murdered
happened to YouTube
Murdered
gaming, man.
Murdered.
Jeez.
There was like no comeback for that. So Mixer to jump in there, and I think Ninja jumping on there is going to really help them with the revenue.
What was the other one? When PlayStation 4 dropped, I thought there was one for like, was it Ustream? Was that what it's called?
Yeah, Ustream.
Oh, shit.
That's what what killed Ustream.
What?
Was Joe Rogan?
What do you do?
I'm pretty sure it's what killed it because he used to be on Ustream a lot.
Okay.
He was exclusively on Ustream.
Oh.
And then all of a sudden he was just like, let's go to fucking YouTube, and then
Oh.
they're pretty much like around the same time.
But for
They were
gaming though?
No, just for like he used to podcast. He used to live stream his
Oh.
podcast
Okay.
on Ustream.
But-
And it's like let's just go to YouTube. So.
Gotcha. Damn. Because I don't even. Are they even in existence still?
Yeah,
I'm
it looks
pretty sure
like
they
it.
are, but-
Yeah.
They're way less viewers now.
I remember there was an app. I think on the PS4, like when you hit the share
Yeah.
button, that said Ustream, and
And that's
that
what
was
I
my
found.
first time hearing about it.
Yeah, I used to know a girl that worked for them,
Wow.
and I mean it's hard to compete with YouTube, really is.
Yeah.
And even though we're streaming on YouTube, and I watch a lot of shit on YouTube, I don't particularly like the direction that YouTube has continually gone.
I don't like this new fucking shit they're doing with their ads where
The double ads.
yeah, they show double ads. It's like
Jesus
what the
fucking
fuck?
Christ. And the fact that I cannot control what ads that you see when you watch my content bothers the fuck out of me. At the same time, they will tell me that whatever content that we happen to say on this podcast is not appropriate for all advertisers. But I'm like, listen, I'm not going for we are not going for all advertisers. There are advertisers out there that don't give a shit what we say.
Does Switch do the same thing?
I have no idea.
Okay.
But it's just it's annoying. There should be like I almost wish that I had the time to like sit down and like just code a new fucking streaming service because there's a way you can do it that's like way smarter. Like have fucking tiers of advertisers.
Yeah.
YouTube, if you're listening, which you're probably not, but just have fucking tiered advertisers. Like have like advertisers that are okay with mature content because that's what the fuck they're going for.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like there's advertisers out there that don't give a shit what you say to a certain level. As long as you're not like giving like obvious hate speech. But if you're just saying like the F-bomb or talking about politics, some shit like that, that can appeal to their consumers. But for YouTube to say, hey, if you say these certain words or talk about these certain subjects, then we demonetize. However, we demonetize you, but we still play ads on your fucking videos anyway. You know what I mean? And we take we take your profits. That's fucking bullshit.
Yep. There's a lot of folks complaining about both YouTube and Twitch, and some of those are real fucking fair. You know.
Like if I ever win the lottery, and I could like build my own data center, I would build my own fucking basically like YouTube competitor. Like seriously, because what it comes down, I understand YouTube needs to get paid.
Yep.
All right, and the way they get paid is through ads. I totally fucking get that. And you need those ads pay for the storage space and all the infrastructure that goes with making YouTube. But at the same time, like I said before, not all advertisers have the same sensitivity as like a Disney or a Nickelodeon or some shit like that, because to be honest with you, you should not be getting Nickelodeon ads on our channel,
Yeah,
but
no
you
shit.
might, and
Yeah.
we have no control over that shit.
None. Let's stay with gaming just a little bit. I actually got a chance to finally fucking play a little bit of Days Gone. God damn.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
You know me, I'm a huge PS4 exclusive kind of guy for the most part.
Yeah.
This is a wet fucking blanket, man. I gotta tell you, it feels like it's a 2012, 2013 PS3 game in a lot of ways. And it's choppy.
Yes, this is the problem for me, is that the acting in it is actually not bad. The
Sure.
problem is with the general gameplay. Is the general gameplay, like, everything is, like, way too spaced out, and you have to, like, have, like, fuel management and shit like that. Like, they made it way too fucking complicated. It's the same folks that made Mad Max, but Mad Max is fucking way more fun.
Well, these are Ben Studios are the same ones that made the Uncharted on the Vita, which wasn't a bad game. That was maybe one of the
Yeah, I
best
love
on the
that.
Vita.
Golden Compass, yeah.
Yeah. My issue is you got a basically Daryl from The Walking Dead video game, and the bike stuff is not fun. It's, again, at least on my PS4, it's choppy. It doesn't feel right.
Oh, this is the bike.
it's stuck.
Mine is not choppy at all.
Yeah,
But it's still, it's just not.
doesn't feel good.
This was
it's-
this was a zombie horde game, right? Where they
Yeah.
show him like running through a
Well, it's a
warehouse or
zombie
something.
horde game.
Yeah.
There's very few hordes in the game that you have to run from. And once it happens, once you like run to a horde and you're like, oh shit, there's a horde, like you legit have to run. And that's when like it's like palm sweaty moments. But there's so few of them in the game. It's
Yeah.
just like, I don't know. But the acting in the game is like legit decent. But the world feels empty because you're on this motorcycle that you need gas for.
A lot of gas.
And that's annoying, right?
Even when I upgraded the tank,
yeah.
you can't get from a quarter of the map to, of one side to the other
Yeah.
without having, I got to refill.
And
That's fucking dumb.
annoying.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
motorcycles are hella efficient.
yeah, and then given like what we saw in the trailers, like it's nothing like we saw in the E3 like reveal. It's nothing like that. Nothing. Even the fucking color palette, they changed. It's
Yeah,
nothing like that.
it's not crisp, at least from a graphical standpoint.
It's
and
muddy.
Yeah, and I don't get the sense, and I hate to keep bagging on, because it's not the worst game I've ever fucking played, not by any stretch. But it just, I had high expectations.
Well, you
or
should have, because
expectations were
like
too
if
high.
you watch, I mean, the E3 fucking demos, they look dope,
Yeah,
and then the game came out and it was like way different.
yeah, and some people like keep going.
Sure. They missed a lot of opportunities in the game because there's like missions that you go on, and you're expecting like these zombie hordes, and it's like there's some zombies, but you can beat them, and like when you see it like a horde, it's like okay, I gotta go, but they give you time to go. Like I've rarely died in the game.
Yeah, it's not that hard.
Yeah, it's not that hard.
But I mean, just world-wise, I mean, we're back to some of the same stuff from like Uncharted, and blow up the red barrel, and that'll do an explosion. You got a crossbow, you got your weapons and whatnot, and the weapons aren't bad, and you could upgrade skills.
But the fact that the world is so empty is a problem for me.
It's just-
Like you're driving around, you could drive around for literally like 10, 20, even 30 minutes and not see anything of consequence.
Yeah.
Like seriously.
Yeah.
You're not going to get side quests, you're not going to see a horde of zombies. You might not even see a zombie that's anywhere even fucking near you.
I might shit play it for a few more hours, but I'm almost done with it. I really am. I'm just not impressed. But
It's okay, Borderlands comes out soon.
yeah, we got that in September. What is it?
13th, I think.
Oh yeah.
So,
I hope that they fucking knock it out of the park. with this.
from what I've seen, they are. I mean, they've added in features that make the game better.
What are some of these features?
One of the features is that you can run and slide, which might not seem like a big deal to most people that play modern first-person shooters. But if you're a Borderlands player,
Never done it.
never done it. The general gunplay seems very much faster.
Okay.
You can shoot through cover now.
Ooh.
Most of the guns in the game, they have alternate fire.
Okay. All
And
right.
They added in new gun manufacturers in the game. If you ever played Borderlands before, they have, and they also added in, each gun manufacturer also has an additional gun perk.
Oh. Okay.
So, like T-Door, if you ever played Borderlands, T-Door in previous games, you could throw the weapon and basically becomes when you reload, you throw the weapon. It basically becomes a grenade.
Yes.
And the grenade is the exact amount of bullets that are in the gun.
Yeah.
That's the amount of damage
I
it'll
forgot
do.
about that. Yeah, that was great.
But in this one, two-door guns have another effect to where some of them, if you throw the gun, it becomes drone. And some of them run around and kill shit. Some of them fly and kill shit. And so if the gun that's flying around runs out of bullets, you can throw them a mag with the current gun that you're holding. And you throw it's basically like your own little drone.
What do you think? That sounds awesome too. But what do you think of these characters? I saw they clip like trailers for all 4 of the initial characters.
Yes, it looked interesting. So Flack was the guy who had the. He was the guy who basically controlled like monsters in the game.
Yeah, 3 monsters, right?
Yes, 3 different monster types, and they all have different attributes to them. He has like these hawk things that can attack, and he has different like dog-looking things that do various other types of deals. They had like a secret operative. I forget the guy's name. Zane.
Yeah.
Who might be who I'm gonna play because he can clone himself to like have a holographic projection of himself, and he has a bunch of other attributes as well. There was a girl who basically is kind of like Diva, who can jump into a mech for her thing.
Yeah.
And then you have Amara, who is a siren, who she's Indian, and she looked pretty fucking badass because she has like these 6 arms that come out of her back, and she can just like totally fucking wreck shit with like these crazy
It looks like she
powers.
Are you talking about
punches with those arms.
Yeah, she punches with them, and she can like slam it on the ground.
You talking about Borderlands, right?
Yeah, Borderlands.
Okay, yeah.
Borderlands 3. And apparently, so when Zane was first announced, they said that he was the first person to have, you can have 2 active skill trees basically at once. And I think eventually they said that other characters, you can choose skills from multiple trees, which is a far departure from previous games. So that'll be interesting. But obviously, there's gonna be shit like far down the tree that you're gonna want to get. So you're probably still gonna like stick to like one.
You gotta
tree.
be dedicated to a
Yeah.
tree.
And these are only the first 4 they've announced for the characters. Every Borderlands game thus far has had multiple characters after the game's been released.
Sure.
And multiple really good fucking DLC
Absolutely.
after it's been released. So I'm really looking forward to it. Oh, and then the Hyperion weapons, when you pull up the weapon, like a little shield comes in front of you.
Yeah.
So there's like they've added in a lot of new content that it's gonna make the game a lot better.
Old Ninja,
And it seems like a lot faster.
are you looking forward to this one too? You seen the trailers or
I've seen some of this stuff, but I just know that this is going to be a really fucking long game. This game is going to be supported through 2020. So if you don't have a lot of time, this might be the only game. But there's going to be a shit ton of games coming out in the fall, so it's going to be fucked up. So I already know a lot of people are going to get their time eaten up with this game. To me, I'm just like, am I going to have the time? Because there's a bunch of games I'm looking forward to coming up. With Call of Duty Modern Warfare coming out, a lot of people are going to be on
When
that.
is that coming out?
October.
No, is it October or November?
October.
Gears 5 is coming out, which
Don't
I'm
wanna play
excited
that.
about.
Shade.
The new Star Wars game I'm looking forward to.
That's November.
Yeah, still.
That's plenty of
still.
time for Borderlands.
Yeah, but no, it's not. I mean, you'll play Borderlands, but you'll be able to keep coming
You're
back.
not gonna beat it in a month.
I mean, you're gonna keep coming back. There's gonna be
Well,
more stuff. There's
yeah, but you're gonna-
there's gonna be events.
But you're gonna there'll be no events. I'll guarantee you. There'll be a DLC, but there'll be no events.
You don't think they'll go that route?
You don't think they'll do events to keep people coming back?
No, because that's not how the game's designed.
In the past, you're right. I mean,
Yeah.
It's, it's not that kind of game.
Okay.
They have DLC. That
Okay.
is usually, well, it's paid for usually.
Yeah.
Unless you get the pass or whatever, but they don't do events.
You're
Which
you're
to me-
absolutely right. They
to me is
haven't.
fine.
They haven't.
Yeah.
We'll
So
see what
I mean,
the third one has in store though.
yeah, we'll see what the third one's like. I'm just deciding on which system I'm gonna get it on. Who's gonna be whom's
I mean,
gonna
you
be
know
out
us,
there.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I do know y'all. I know how y'all do.
What about you, Blue?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna pick up this game because the last 2 that I've played have been nothing but fucking fun, and especially with playing with friends online, like being able to like level up with friends and shit like that. It's fucking dope.
Bro,
But
they have a fucking gun that shoots guns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
Like legit, it shoots out gun loot.
Yeah. Did y'all see I think it was today or yesterday? There's like, I think it's like the 10 or 13 crazy. There's like a pizza launcher or some bullshit like that.
No, it's a hamburger launcher.
Yeah, there it is.
So,
hamburger launcher.
Cheeseburger launcher.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck is that? There's
Yes,
a few
oh,
other
that's
ones.
I think they did that in SpongeBob.
Oh god.
Did he have Mr. Crab Patty shooter?
I want to be surprised by some things. I'm purposely not looking at any more info. They've already pretty much sold me.
Teen
You
Titans
know?
did it.
Well, I
Teen
mean,
Titans
just-
Go with the meatball party.
The announcement sold me.
Yeah.
Borderlands is like it's literally one of the greatest first-person shooters of all time. That's how I got you into that game, didn't I?
Yeah, Borderlands.
You got me
1.
into it
Yeah,
too.
Borderlands 1, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was just like, because I remember when it first came out, I was playing it on the PC, and this is how I devolved into a fucking console player, is because
Make it sound so dirty.
well, 'cause it is. Bullshit. But Prodigy, he had a PlayStation at the time, and I had like a PS3 and an Xbox 360, but I wasn't like a serious player on there.
Yeah.
I was I was a legit PC player for first-person shooters, but everybody else just kept playing on fucking consoles, and I'm just like, I guess I gotta get them. Like, start playing on them. I guess I gotta start playing those online now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and the PS3 had its issues with online stuff. No, there ain't no fucking doubt about
Especially
it.
in Iraq, Jesus Christ.
That. But yeah, again, I'm fucking sold. This will be the big one for me in September. I think you are right, Old Ninja, in terms of there will be a lot of content one way or another. I'm not saying for sure there's going to be events because they haven't done that before, but I think there's going to be very consistent, like within the first 2 months, big DLC, and then the replayability is something that a lot of people underestimate with these games because you just keep wanting to get the best gun for yourself.
And you want to play as different characters.
Yeah, different characters, or fill out a completely different skill tree.
Yeah.
On the same character, and then they have new characters. There's and even just secrets and Easter eggs. There's things that you will fucking miss throughout your first playthrough or something. So this is gonna be big. This is gonna be fucking huge ass fucking shit.
It will be.
All right.
I have a feeling we're missing some games.
Wait, when does it come out? Borderlands 3.
September 13th, I believe.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna give GameStop some money so they can stay in business.
Oh,
Just saying.
damn.
Listen, everybody talks shit about GameStop, but I tell you one thing they do great is give you the game the day before. I'm just saying, if especially if you're here in California, because we can pick it up at like fucking what 6?
9 o'clock, I think?
9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is like very reasonable. So please stay in business.
Only certain GameStop, so make sure you check it.
Yeah, you gotta ask them.
Yeah.
This is true, man.
I've gone to one, I was like,
the one by
nobody.
my house.
I hope they
Yeah,
can hang
you
on.
live by the one by me.
I hope they can hang on for these new consoles.
Well, I feel really bad because I used to work for Software Etc. back when I was a kid. That was,
Oh my god, I
this
forgot
is
about
basically
that
back in
shit.
fucking 1885.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
It's they show it in Stranger Things 3, right? Don't they show it?
Oh, they show Electronic Boutique.
Yeah,
Oh,
which
that's
is
what it
free
was.
then.
and they bought them out too. They bought out Software Etc., Electronic Boutique, and then something else too, and that became GameStop. And they all kept the same spots, but
Funko, I think it was. They bought.
was it? Well, oh yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
Shit, what was I gonna say? Let's move on to some anime.
All right, let's go.
All right, because
Oh,
anime
so shit
has
on
been
shit.
going hard as fuck. There's some really great anime that is out right now that some of y'all may not know about. Have you caught up with Demon Slayer?
Oh yeah, I'm current. I
Is
love
that,
it.
I'm pretty sure for me it's gonna be anime of the year. Fairly certain.
It's a high contender.
Yeah.
but we'll see. But it's up there.
This is like it. First of all, it's one of the most beautiful animated animes of all fucking time, like hands down. The way they draw these crazy water effects and now fire effects and electric effects are fucking amazing. So you said you caught up, right?
Yeah, I saw 19 over the past weekend.
Yeah. So 19 is like one of the best anime episodes of all time. Like watching him go through like the fire.
It's high. It's high.
Yeah, it's not the best, but it's
Yeah.
up there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I'm willing to say I don't think that's hyperbole. I think you're pretty much onto something, and it seems pretty universal. The anime fan base went wild. The internet went wild for it.
yeah, and it's not just that the fact that it's beautifully animated, the fact that the animation's really good, the action's really good. It's also emotional
Yeah.
for the main character.
You saw it too.
Well, I'm like 4 episodes behind. I'm not caught up.
Shit.
But I'm looking at Crunchyroll right now, and this thing has fucking 5 stars with
Yeah.
314 people voting on it for
And that's
5
fucking
stars.
rare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to do. Tanjiro is great.
His sister's fucking dope.
Yeah. Are you on the Spider Family Blue?
Not yet.
No Spider
I
Family?
think
No.
once
Okay.
you get 3 episodes behind him.
Okay.
I just barely got to the part when they got out of the crazy
The crazy house.
the crazy house. Yeah,
Drum
moves
dude?
around.
yeah, with the drum dude. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, once he finds like one of the top 12 people, or it's 12, right?
Yeah, 12.
Well, okay, I
Yeah.
did see him. Oh no, the guy that had the drums was part of the 12.
No, he got kicked out.
Yeah, he got kicked out, but he had the scar in his eye.
He did,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, and that was all fucked up too. But yeah, I know what you're talking
So you get to meet like one of the lower 5
about. Okay, yeah.
later on. It's just like, whoa, dude.
Yeah, I'm seeing a thumbnail for it right now, and like I think episode 18 they introduced the Spider Girl.
Okay.
At least there's an image of a spider-looking creature, so I'm assuming that's what
no,
you're talking
They
about.
introduced it like before that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think 16 or
I think it's
something.
16.
Yeah, something like that.
And it's pretty insane. Especially when like there's people that you think are gonna die in the show, and you're like, fuck.
Just watch it. I mean,
it's so
it's
good.
just...
The one that threw me for a loop is homeboy with the guy who's scared of every fucking thing.
Yeah,
He's
with the
like
yellow hair.
hella creeping out and shit until he like passes out, and then you can see his fucking true fucking nature, and his true nature fucks shit up. Like the demon didn't even have a chance. The guy he didn't even take out his sword. The guy just fucking died. Then you just hear clink. It's fucking so great. I can't believe I'm behind on it. It's just been so fucking busy lately.
Man, look, I caught up literally on Sunday because I kept
Yeah.
hearing people talking about, oh, have you seen it? Have you seen it? Have you seen it? And
Dude.
I got current and impressive. We will talk in detail with spoilers probably next week about that.
Yeah, I'm gonna catch up.
Because god damn, it's so fucking good. All the ones that I've been watching is Fire Force. Have you watched that?
I'm only on episode. I finished the first 2, so I'm a little bit behind on
There's
that.
only 5.
Yeah,
It's by the same person that made
Soul Eater, right?
Soul Eater. Yeah, so if you like Soul Eater, you'll definitely like the show. Same type of vibe.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good show. Not as good as Demon Slayer, but it's definitely worth the watch. What else have I been keeping up with?
Vinland Saga.
Vinland Saga. God fucking damn.
How many did they release? Because they were
So-
doing 3 at a time, right?
So I've been confused. So on Amazon, they release 3 at a time, but
Okay.
apparently somewhere else they release, because a friend of mine, he has ones that are far past that.
Yeah.
There's other places where you can get it. I just don't know where. I'll do research next week. I'll tell you
Okay.
where you can get them. But I finally watched episode 4, and holy shit, was it good! Because episode 1 through 3 was fucking dope. Episode 4 was like jaw dropped to the ground. I was just like, damn.
I'm gonna get caught up on it. The only problem for me is I always forget to go back on Amazon. I did for the
Yeah,
boys,
it's on Amazon Prime.
but like
Yeah.
besides the boys, I don't usually go to Amazon very often, especially
Yeah.
not for anime.
Listen, I'm gonna be a mouthpiece for Amazon right now. Amazon is really putting in an effort to make shows that people are gonna want to watch.
Nice.
Because they've made a lot of shows that have been good, but nobody fucking watched.
Yeah.
But The Boys is fucking dope. Carnival Row will get good reviews. I can almost guarantee it.
Okay. That was the British one, right?
It's British, but it's a good show because it delves deep into like legit racism.
Okay.
Which, shit. Oh, it's the 14th. I can talk about it. All right. Sorry, there was an NDA.
Okay.
Oh, let me make sure. Talk for a minute.
Well, another good thing, like I mentioned last week, that Amazon brought back my favorite show, Ronin Warriors, but the motherfuckers took it away.
Goddamn, really?
Yeah, like I'm like fucking 10 episodes left until finishing the season. They took it away.
That fucking sucks.
Like I went to go watch it. It's like this is not available anymore for video streaming. I'm like,
shit.
fuck.
Not
It's
yet.
it's the 15th.
All right, one more day.
Ah,
One more
God
day.
damn it. I'll talk about it next week.
Do it the right way.
I was gonna go deep, and we're gonna get fucking fired.
Yeah, don't be pissing off Amazon.
Sorry. I
Amazon
have
cancel all of our fucking accounts.
I have early access to watching the show, and I've been watching it. And to me, it's good. It's a really good show, but it is not like The Boys. It's good in a different sort of way. It's not as over the top as The Boys,
Okay.
but it still has sex. It still has gore,
Nice.
and it still has things that you definitely want to see. It's just at a different pace
Okay.
than what you're used to in like a superhero movie.
Well, let's do a deep dive next week.
We will.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
I don't
said,
want to get you in trouble.
The
man.
15th, us in trouble.
Yeah.
Listen,
You're the
Amazon,
one talking.
we definitely appreciate the access that you've been giving to us, and we're not trying to,
Hell no.
talk about this shit before we're supposed to.
One big one that has not dropped. We alluded to it a little bit at the beginning of the show. Finally, Cannon Busters is about to drop at midnight tonight on Netflix.
Oh shit, it's tonight.
Yeah, it's tonight at midnight. So
Wait a minute.
we
Okay.
got to give a shout out to LaShawn Thomas.
Yeah.
Because when this podcast first started, when we first hit the airwaves, we never even met this dude, but he liked our content. And we had a chance to reach out to him. He was really busy developing what we're about to see. So Cannon Busters actually got the first issue.
Well, let's hit him back up.
Yeah,
we'll try.
Show is done.
Absolutely, we'll try to do something.
but
tomorrow.
I have the first issue and I can't find it.
Oh, for the
The comic,
So,
way back in like
so
the
do
90s.
you have it or don't you have it?
I do have it, but I had
you
when I
sure?
moved. When I
what had
moved,
happened.
Schrodinger's
yeah.
cat.
What?
Schrodinger's cat.
Uh,
Oh, people smarter than you will understand what I just said.
I didn't hear what you. I didn't hear what you said.
Schrodinger's cat.
Oh,
That still went over something.
yeah.
It went over mine too.
That's all right. Keep going though. You said you may or may not have it.
I may or may not have it somewhere, but I've been waiting on this because he worked on the Boondocks, which everybody fucking loves.
Yeah.
Animated show with Aaron McCruder. He's gone through some ups and downs trying to get this out there, and it's getting on Netflix tonight. Can't wait.
I'm fucking excited. Looks
So
like
is this
there's
comic
already
only-
a buzz.
Was this comic only 2 issues? Cannon Busters?
I don't know how many.
I don't believe so.
Because I'm on Wiki and it's saying there's only 2 issues
Maybe it
back
built,
in 2005.
Yeah, maybe that was it for the comic, and then he
maybe
built
it's a
the
graphic
world based
novel.
on it. I don't know.
I don't know. But Netflix has, other than Cannon Busters, which definitely we should all watch this. We'll talk about it next week. But also, if y'all didn't know, Invader Zim Into the Florpus drops on fucking Friday.
Nice.
And I'm a huge Invader Zim fan for like the longest time. Yonan Vasquez. I was fucking pissed because we were at San Diego Comic Con. I wanted to go to the Invader Zim panel, but I couldn't because there's just conflict of
people.
interest. Or not conflict of interest, just conflict of time. There's other shit I had to do. And I already knew I was gonna watch the show anyway. Like
Yeah.
they didn't need to convince me to watch the show. But I'm a huge Invader Zim fan. We actually have a soundbite of the voice of Gurr,
Yeah.
like doing the intro for our podcast.
Love it.
If I can animate that in some kind of way, I'll do it to like make it our new intro.
Yeah.
But I love the show, and I'm looking forward to it coming back.
No, so this is a series. Do we know how many
It's a
episodes?
movie, I'm pretty sure.
Or a movie? Okay.
Yeah, hold on, let me
Even
make
better.
sure. I
You talking about Cannon Busters?
No, just
No,
talking
no,
about Invader
Oh,
Zim
Invader
one.
Zim, yeah.
think it's on Netflix though.
Yeah, it will be
I'm
in
pretty
Netflix.
sure. That's fucking dope because it was a Nickelodeon show, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
That's-
And it shouldn't have been on Netflix.
That's fucking cool.
Well, what's cool right now on Netflix is they brought back Rocco's Modern World, and that's available on Netflix right now too.
Modern Life.
Modern Life, yeah. And that shit, if you watch it now, like what they had back then, that shit was not for kids. Like there was so much adult shit, like sexual innuendos, or in your windows.
So Zim looks like a movie, right?
Yeah, it is a movie. It's an hour and 11 minutes long.
Hey, we'll take it, man.
This is out
Hell
on
yeah.
Friday.
Show that support.
I can't wait.
I'm definitely watching it.
Should be good. Now, there's one I don't think I think we're on the opposite sides on this one, Kronos. Have you seen the Kengan Ashura?
So
You don't like it though. this
no,
one,
no, no.
Right?
So we're not totally on opposite sides.
Okay.
I just don't like the animation style. That's it.
Okay.
The show
Is it
itself
cell
is,
shading?
Yeah, I don't. I'm not a fucking fan of cell shading. I'm really not.
I hear you.
It's just, and the bunch of other shows have done it. I mean, what's it called? Has
Berserk
done
did it.
Berserk did it.
Baki.
Yeah, and like what was it? Knights of Sidonia. They did it.
Yep.
It's. I think it's the same studio because it looks exactly the fucking same.
It does.
And I do not like cell shaded anime, but this show seems interesting. It really does. It just that's a huge distraction for me watching these shows.
And I totally get that. It's not my favorite style. Because remember, for Berserk, which we were all very vocal on, even we had the Castlevania guy, Sam Dietz, who in a lot of ways trashed Berserk, the anime.
Rightfully so.
Because it didn't look right.
I totally-
especially compared to the movies.
Yes, I totally agree with Sam Dietz. We need to have him on because season 3 drops this year, right?
Oh, shit, for Castlevania.
I think so.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we need to have him back on and talk about it. But it's like a distraction for anime because it doesn't look like anime. You know what I mean? Just like the shit looks all off, and I think it's like lazy animation.
You know what it is, too? And I'm not a film expert at all, so I could be way off base here, but just visually, it almost looks like the frame rate is a little too slow sometimes.
Yeah, it's choppy.
Yeah.
It is choppy, and I'm just not a fan of. I want my anime to be hand drawn by some poor kid that's probably not getting fucking paid enough. That might commit seppuku, at a fucking bar or some shit. I feel bad for him, but please stop. Like, hand draw your animes.
Yeah.
know?
But I will say this too, story-wise, this is corporate Fight Club, basically. This is
Yeah, it is.
This is some badassery of Japanese, Tokyo-based companies saying, hey, baddest fighters in the world, I want you to fight on my behalf against this other corporation's baddest fighter. And whoever wins gets to basically do a corporate takeover of, some stock and corporate shit.
They make a bet for various things.
Yeah.
And whoever's fighter wins the bet. I think I watched the first 2 or 3.
Yeah.
So and I'll watch the whole thing, but it's just like it's difficult for me to watch because that animation style is it's fucking whack.
Yeah.
It's a whack ass animation style.
There it is, man. And they promoted it on that shitty ass documentary into the anime.
So I tried watching that shit. I 1,000 times.
Did your eyes bleed?
I couldn't fucking make it through like the first interview. I was just, what the fuck is this guy even talking about?
It was a girl, right?
Well, no, it was with the guy from Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
Oh, yeah,
or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that one guy. I was like, what the fuck is he talking about?
He was actually the producer for Castlevania, which I love Castlevania.
Yeah.
But the host, the director of it,
Yeah,
she's
it was
all in this documentary.
Well, it's so fucking bad because like she curses in it, but it seems so forced. Like I didn't know what the fuck I was getting into. It's like why? Like there was no reason for her to say fuck. Like it was just fucking dumb.
Here's my thing, man, and this
I'm
is
so
not
bad.
too much to fucking ask. If you're going to make I expected like a Ken Burns mini style documentary about anime history.
Yes.
If you're going to make an anime documentary, you have to have watched some anime before.
Yes.
You can't just be like, I don't watch anime. What is this weird? I'm going to use kind of a phrase that she was alluding to, Oriental type of thing. It's weird. It's exotic. No, don't do that shit.
No.
Do your fucking homework and then get on camera talking about, here's what I learned about anime. This is what anime means to people from the 1950s and 60s.
Yes.
This is what it means in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. There's so much that could have been done. It
so
was
much
just a
fucking-
missed opportunity.
You know what's annoying for us, especially on this podcast, is that we've done panels before. We have to do fucking research, like legit fucking research,
Yes.
to know what the fuck we're talking about.
Yes.
And to have somebody like come out with some shit where they didn't do like their legit research, that's fucking disrespectful.
It is.
It's
and
clear-
got
it's clear.
paid good money. That's the other thing, too. We
Yeah.
did panels for free.
Yeah.
And this bitch, I know she got paid some kind of
Yeah.
good entry-level Netflix money. Blue, me, Kronos, even old Ninja. We together could have done a better
Dude, like
documentary.
even
I swear to God.
even like the filming and the editing of the video was kind of fucking annoying because it kept jumping from scene to scene. Like every scene lasted like maybe 2 seconds. It's like, what the fuck? Just stick on one fucking thing. Like, goddamn.
Amateur hour. You got to see it just to see how bad
Yeah.
it is, man. I swear to God. It's a train wreck.
I can't because listen, I think I talked about it on the podcast before. It's like I literally created the anime club at my high school.
Dude, it's so. Oh, it's
And
so
for
hard.
me to like go watch some like bullshit anime fucking documentary, it makes me like grape leaf angry.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
So
The cringe is hard.
Yeah, it's
it's
hard.
all cringe for an hour and some change, man.
Yeah, it's so. I think only animated chick watched was everything else on Netflix. Like she didn't do any other kind of research. She just watched whatever Netflix
And it
had
was only
on there.
certain ones for Netflix that were upcoming.
Yes.
That was the other thing too.
Yes.
Like they didn't talk about anything like even Voltron or
Yeah, it's
Seven
true, yeah.
Deadly Sins or a whole bunch
But
of stuff.
it was crazy too because like I literally watched this one thing on YouTube about interesting quirks in anime that you never really realized, and like I learned so much from that 10-minute fucking clip than I did that whole Netflix special.
While at Fanime, I sat in a panel that was all about the politics behind anime's history. I had never heard anything like this
yeah, I
before,
remember that,
but he went to Japanese flyers about the studio and talking about some of the stuff with unions, talking about some of the stuff where there was actual strikes and riots and all this kind of stuff
Or
with
fucking anime.
Japanese history that impacted some of the writing and directing of anime history. Very interesting panel where the guy did his homework. I wish I could put his name out there, but that's the kind of homework we're talking about. Anyway,
Yeah.
we got to move on.
Fuck that show.
I thought it was kind of cool. There was some big milestone news for the PS4. Did you already talk about this?
No, I don't think we
No,
talked about it last
no.
week.
Yeah, I mean, it's past 100 million in sales, according to Sony. That's some big fucking shit.
well, you know what's crazy?
Took a while.
It's crazy that that's a big number, even though like that's probably the lowest number for a console generation winner ever.
Well, it's not over this console generation, but
It's pretty much over. Next year, there's gonna be within the next year and a half, there'll be a new console. I mean, the
Sure.
new console generation is gonna start next year.
yeah. But I think so. Last gen, depending on who you ask. Last gen, the Wii had 100, you know, so that was the winner.
Yeah, more than 100.
I thought it was 100.
No.
No, it was. I'm pretty positive it was either 100 or 101.
All right, I'll look it up.
Okay.
What generation console are we in right now?
For PlayStation,
Like
it's the
8?
fourth.
Well, I'm just thinking of like looking up Generation 8 gaming console and like.
I mean, you can go back for if you're talking about Atari.
Well, 7. We're in 8th right now. If you talk about like Atari or something like that, yeah.
Right, 100, right? Or 101? Right in there, or am I tripping?
No, I'm looking at the current generation.
Oh. But
The Xbox One also has 100 million.
no way, Xbox
That doesn't seem right.
One.
Oh, shipped.
Yeah.
Okay, holy shit. That's fucking embarrassing.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, no, I'm sorry, that was 10. So they have 39 million. So yeah, they definitely won this. But where the fuck is the...
You don't see the Wii on there?
They don't have the Switch on here. This is the Wii U.
Oh.
Oh, the Switch is on here. Okay.
Yeah, it's the second one.
Yeah, the Switch is actually doing pretty good at 36 million. Because they came in way later.
Yeah, they came in like 17. But did you get the Wii?
No, I'm going back a generation.
But anyway, so according to Sony, this was like the first time ever where they had their digital sales actually outpace their like actual hardware or actual case-based, disc-based sales or whatever. I think that's fucking impressive.
That is pretty impressive. But I think that's kind of where the generation's going now. I think people are
sure.
more moving to digital. Because I can't even the last
That's
time I
what's
bought a
giving
fucking...
GameStop all those
Yeah,
heartaches.
you're right. Sorry. The
Hard
Wii did sell 101.
Yeah.
PlayStation outsold the PlayStation 4, which is kind of amazing. The Game Boy and Game Boy Color, 118. The DS, which people always underestimate.
Oh, it sold like hotcakes.
Yeah, that was 154 million. And
Damn.
then the PS2, 155 million.
That was, man, a lot of people just use that also as a DVD player as well.
Yeah,
That's
so
true.
the PS4 is doing really well.
Yeah.
It wasn't a cheap DVD player, though.
Well, I think
PS3 or PS2.
The PS3 would have done higher sales, but it was a high cost when it came out.
Oh, it was,
It was
Yeah.
super
that was the
high.
worst launch I've ever fucking seen in
Yeah,
recent history.
It was way too fucking
It's
high.
like, what, $600 or
Yeah.
something like that?
It
Yeah.
was way too high.
We don't know what these other consoles are gonna cost either.
Mm-hmm.
There's some stuff going on, and tariffs and rumors about things being higher than we would like as well.
The tariffs are, I think they're going to stop soon because I don't know if y'all paid attention to the stock market today.
Oh, because
Y'all
it
see what
dropped
happened?
800 points?
Yep.
Did you know why?
No, I didn't see why.
I know something about something that Trump did. Or his party did.
It is sort of tied to him, but sort of not. So they had like there's a yield like ratio they have that comes out, and apparently there's a red flag that happens when the yield goes below a certain amount, and it has to do with the way you do your investments. So especially with bonds. So basically what happens is what's up? Yeah, the bond yield. So the bond yield. So when you do bonds, if you do bonds traditionally, you do it for a certain amount of time, and the longer you do your bond for, the higher yield you have traditionally. So say if you have like a 1-year bond, you'll get like maybe a percent back in that year bond, and if you have like a 2-year bond, you'll get like 2% back. All right. So basically, what a bond is that they hold your money for a certain amount of time, and they give you a certain percentage back along with your money.
Yep.
What happened, which is like almost always a precursor to a recession, is that the 10-year bond had a worse yield than a 2-year bond for like a brief moment in time. And once people saw that happen, everybody started dumping everything, and that's when the stock market dropped like 800 fucking points.
Yep.
Because it's always been in history, it's always been a precursor to a recession. Because what people are saying is that they're so worried about their money is that they're not willing to put it into a bond because they're worried that their money in a 10-year bond would yield them less money than it would in a 2-year bond.
Yeah, and we're also well past overdue. Usually
Yeah.
recessions happen every 6 to 12 years or so.
Well, it's not even that
getting
we're
about.
it's not even that we're overdue. It's that the fact that our current president has been doing everything that he can to cover up all the bullshit that's been happening in America. Like, he keeps asking the Fed to drop their rates, which is great for homeowners, but it's not great for your fucking savings account.
I think it's even beyond that. I mean, when
If you
we're
have a savings account, which don't do it.
we're also seeing a trade war with the
Yeah,
second
that's
largest
the other
economy on the planet, and they have time on their hands. They don't have any election coming up soon. And when you put tariffs on shit, and this is what a lot of people don't fucking realize, it's more expensive when you look at the comprehensive aspect of the economy when you add these tariffs. The jobs here in America, the ones you save, you're paying a lot more, a lot of times like $1 million per employee, and there's less spending power in the U.S. for higher priced goods. It actually ends up hurting your economy the more tariffs you have. Free trade from almost every single economist on the planet is something that is promoted as being better economically long
and
term.
What I think, this is what's sad about our current president, is that he's a businessman, but he doesn't seem to understand like how business works. He seems to think that when you put in tariffs, it'll bring jobs back to America, but no, it won't, because we're automating away jobs. Like all these jobs that he's trying to bring back, like factory jobs, they're non-existent. Like all these jobs that he thinks that he's trying to bring back and he's trying to like prop up, every single one of them is automating away manual labor jobs. And we're the highest GDP country in the world by far, and he thinks that companies won't leave, which they probably won't, but at a certain point they will. If you keep making it so that other countries can't basically invest in America and sell their goods in America, and it's not just goods, it's like it's goods, but it's basic shit like steel, fucking electronics, shit like that. Like all your Android phones, they're made in fucking another country.
Korea.
Your Apple phones, made in another country. Every electronic things that you have is basically made in another country. If you want to be made in America, you're gonna pay a fucking premium price. Your fucking smartphone will cost like $5,000.
Yep. Going back to consoles coming out next year, and the industry is afraid as fuck. Xbox and Sony, like, hey, this could be terrible for business. We talk about the PS3 having a bad launch with being $600 at launch. If you fuck around too badly with these tariffs and shit with China, you could talk about a $3,000, $4,000 console very quickly, very easily, and there won't be a start to a next gen.
Yeah, and it doesn't make sense. I mean, you can negotiate, whatever things that you want, but you don't start a negotiation by taxing somebody, basically, like by throwing in extra fees onto the imports. And those tariffs are very hard to reverse.
Yep.
Like, do you know about the chicken tax thing?
Yes.
Yeah, I heard about that one.
I'm sorry, real quickly. One of the best shows on all of this, I love on CNN, Fareed Zakaria. Zakaria, really his GPS. Yeah. He gives a pretty good breakdown of it. That's where I heard about it. But go ahead.
He's probably the most fair dude that I know of. But the chicken tax thing that I heard of was actually from Doug DeMuro.
Okay.
He talked about it. He's a car guy, and he was talking about there was it was actually a Mini Cooper, but it was like a van.
Yeah.
And the reason why it didn't sell good in America is because it had the chicken tax. Mm-hmm. Because it was a van that had like a partition in it, and they had to have I think it was like a 25 to 30% tax extra onto this vehicle that is small as shit, that they had to add on this chicken tax to.
Yeah.
And that was a tariff that they had way back in the day that they can't fucking reverse. Yes. Because they couldn't compete with Chinese people. I think it was with China, right? Mm-hmm. With their chickens. And it's so fucking stupid.
Here's the thing. We're all one way or another consumers. You want the cheapest shit. If it's whether it's a DS or a Switch or a PS4 or clothing, shoes, they're not making Nikes in America. No. That's just never gonna fucking happen. They're not gonna make PS4s in America. That's never gonna happen. You're not saving U.S. manufacturing jobs with this bullshit.
U.S. manufacturing is basically fucking done.
Yeah.
It really is. Like, people that want to talk about bringing jobs back to America, you are not bringing back fucking factory jobs. It's already been proven. Like with, I think it was, Carrier, the air conditioning company. President Trump talked about, investing into them and like saving jobs in Carrier. But they gave all this money to Carrier, an air conditioning company, and they took that money and they invested it into automation. because automation is way cheaper than investing in people.
Well, and the reason that they have to do things like invest in automation is because the products produced at the lowest cost for air conditioning units are in Asia, and their prices, if they're on the market here, will destroy anything.
That really would.
You know, who wants to pay for the same product $300 more?
Yeah,
Nobody.
And I think what most people don't understand is that the reason why you can get these low prices in America is only because America lives basically in a world of debt, and we buy so much money. Like, that's why we say this is the highest GDP country in the world, because we outspend everybody else because we have all these credit lines. And most people in America, I would say probably like 80% or more than that, are in debt.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, technically I'm in debt. It's debt that I can pay, but I'm in debt.
But the other thing is, China, as a country, has a lot of U.S. dollar debt.
They do, but they can't call it in.
Yeah, because it'll hurt them. I get that.
Yeah, way worse.
But you keep dicking around. Look,
they could. Mutually assured destruction can happen.
Oh, they you see that they're not too friendly even with what's going on in Taiwan right now.
Yeah.
China can strong arm some shit and throw their entire big dick energy into people who don't agree with them. Let's just say that
they can, and they will win. This is kind of crazy. This is like probably the most educational episode you've heard of Black and Black community. But this is, I didn't know. Well, actually, I didn't know that you knew about shit like this.
I love this stuff. I'm a nerd
I
on
do
this.
too. I totally am, because I pay attention to all this shit. This is why I believe in Andrew Yang.
Oh no, we gotta talk about him. So
I almost think this should be a separate podcast, but we can talk about it right now.
Okay, but so you're a big supporter of him.
I am a big supporter of Andrew Yang.
Okay, so
and I'm not a Democrat. I voted for fucking President Bush Jr. twice.
Okay.
I'm literally in as middle as you can probably get.
Well, didn't some
I'll break it down for you.
Was it Joe Rogan that came out and said that he's party neutral or something like that?
He is too. Yeah, and he is.
But
yeah,
I know on here you've expressed that you value both military and political experience quite a bit.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So help me understand.
Help me understand.
Because he doesn't seem to have any, right?
No. He is not. He's never been in the military. He's an entrepreneur, 100%.
Okay.
My dream position for him would be to have him or Tulsi Gabbard. Either one of them being president or vice president. I want them to both be on the same team.
But let's go back. Well, we'll come back to her. But for Yang, though, help me get the experience part. Because you've said that that's important to you.
His experience as far as like military goes?
I thought military and political experience was important.
Okay. So his military experience is very important to me. So the thing was, I had to throw those kind of out of the window because of what his signature proposal is. Andrew Yang's signature proposal is called the Freedom Dividend, which is basically universal basic income. Which, if you're not familiar with that, basically what he wants to do is start everybody he wants to raise the floor of America, of like your income. So his proposal is to give every single American $1,000 a month. So that's $12,000 a year to like raise the floor of Americans. And it's a proven thing that works. They've done it in Alaska. They've done it in other countries. And he's explained the way to pay for it, and it's basically through tech dollars. And the reason why he has this idea is because this is something I knew for a long time, but I didn't know how to resolve it because I work in tech, and I've already seen the automation train coming. All right, I'm further from the automation train as you can probably get at this point in time, because I deal in data storage, and what I do is it's complicated and it's varied.
Okay.
But for a lot of people that they might not realize, if you have a menial labor task, you can get automated away easy as fuck. And it's already happened here in America. Like, we've seen underwriters get fucking automated away. We've seen fast food workers get automated away.
Truck drivers
are about to get to. It's another one. That's a lot of jobs, and that cascades. If you have truck drivers getting automated away, that affects more than just truck drivers. It affects fucking truck stops. It affects gas stations, all that shit. It's just fucking gone. And that's millions of jobs alone.
I agree.
All right. And so his solution was to have the universal basic income, or the freedom dividend, is to basically have a stopgap between automated jobs and you finding a new job, or finding something else that may not pay as well, but you have the UBI to substitute your lost income. And the problem is, the main problem came in because places like Amazon and Google and Facebook, all these huge tech companies, they are eliminating jobs faster than they are creating new jobs.
Oh,
And
no, for certain. For certain.
This is the first time in human history, which I don't think most people understand, that this is the first time that we've actually automated away more jobs than we can replace.
Which is scary.
Yeah, I've said this in the past before to people that I knew, and I'll say it again, that nobody complained when the cotton gin no slave complained when the cotton gin was created. Because nobody gave a shit, because that was a bullshit job that a person should not be doing. People are doing it now, though, because people are complaining that my fast food job is getting replaced by a computer. But these are jobs that you shouldn't fucking have. Because it is a job that is literally so simple that a computer could do it, or it's something that shouldn't be run by humans anyway. And his solution is to use UBI to have a stopgap, because Amazon especially, they're going to close down 30% of every single mall and retail store in the country, and they are not at all replacing those jobs.
It's already in the works.
Yeah, it's been in the works, and what makes it worse is once they hire people, Amazon, they're just replacing them with robots. More and more and more, they're going towards automation, which is good for humanity. And in the long run, if you do something like UBI or the freedom dividend, whatever you want to call it, you have to have some sort of income for these people. I try to give the example to most people that are not nerds, which I realize if you're not a nerd, you won't understand this fucking concept. But if you watch Star Trek and you're a huge Trekkie, you understand what I'm saying. In Star Trek, nobody got paid anything because they all realized at a certain point it's ridiculous because they're all working towards the same goal. And this is what automation is supposed to do.
Yeah.
Right? Automation is supposed to make it so that us humans don't deal with this menial labor bullshit. And we should be able to find another way to supplement our basic needs.
I got you.
But most people don't understand that.
I'm sorry. Did you want to get in, Blue?
I'm not heavy.
Okay. I'm not against any of those ideas per se. I just wanted to make sure I understood that it sounds like you like his platform.
Yes.
More so than his resume on paper, right? I mean,
okay, no, I mean, that's totally fair. I mean, we could talk about Andrew Yang's background. He is an entrepreneur.
Yeah. He
started up Venture for America. He's actually on not the board. He actually worked with Barack Obama, so he's been in the White House before as like an advisor.
Yeah,
for Barack Obama.
The only distinction I just want to make though is, and this is maybe it's only my distinction, but
be critical as you want. Yeah, that's fine.
No, I'm just trying to be clear. Without having, again, direct military experience or direct political experience where you've ran for office and won, is something where we've only had that with our current president.
Yeah. So I totally understand that. So our current president is obviously not good. Andrew Yang, I think is a better person. The military experience thing, that's why I brought up Tulsi Gabbard, which if he gets the nomination, I would very much hope that he would have Tulsi Gabbard as the vice president, because she is anti-war, and I'm fucking 100% anti-war, especially at this point in time, after seeing like both sides.
You've served and you've been on battlefield. So,
yeah. And I've been on the side where I saw like the legit corruption with the reason why we're still going to war. It's just for money for contracts and shit like that.
So you think basically her being on the underside of the ticket might be able to supplement his lack of that?
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Which is fair.
That's what I want to see. But as far as like his lack of political experience, I think that it's a good thing, because I think a lot of these politicians, he's only shown one dick moment that I've seen his entire, and this is only recently. This is like literally like maybe 5 days ago, where he talked a lot of shit about President Trump being fat, which is actually really hilarious. If you Google Andrew Yang, President Trump fat, he like literally trolls this dude for like 2 minutes straight about him being fat and how he can't do shit, and how intellectually and physically he can't do anything that he can do, which is funny. But that's like the most negative thing I've seen him do. Normally in all his debates, he has not been negative towards anybody else. He's avoided craftily asking like they've literally asked him like legit questions on CNN. If you watch CNN debates, to like they tried to make him attack other opponents, and he like craftily like just avoided it and came with like legit solutions.
I'm not saying he's not politically savvy at all. I just usually, again, presidential history has told us that besides where we are right now, that you've had, and fair enough, Barack Obama had very little experience,
yeah.
but he was a senator. He did get, he did run that campaign.
Right. But the main thing with Andrew Yang is that he's the only candidate that is talking about a problem that is going to affect the vast majority of people in America that no other candidate is talking about. That the automation problem is far more important than fucking climate change, far more important than your fucking healthcare, far more important than fucking any other issue. If you're not getting fucking paid, what the fuck are you gonna do?
I know. I hear you. I hear you on its importance. I don't think that it has to be. We're going way down the rabbit hole. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm
but
over
it
listening.
doesn't have to be something that is exclusive to him. I think usually what we've seen in a lot of before the candidate has been quote unquote selected is that certain key issues that are good points get brought into the main fold sometimes, and sometimes not, of other candidates. Hopefully it can be brought up.
Well, some of them kind of have. I think what is the girl's name? Woman's name. I'm sorry. She was
Talking about Warren?
Oprah Winfrey's spiritual advisor. She's actually really interesting.
Jill.
No,
I know who you're talking about.
Not Gillibrand. It's something with an M.
Yeah.
And she's actually, what she says is actually really interesting, but she's another person that's bringing up interesting issues. But she's sort of like, I don't want to say hippy dippy, but it's
She's
sort
a
of
spiritual advisor. I mean, there's going to be some level of hippy dippy with her.
But she says real shit.
Yeah.
Like what she says is real shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, for him to like bring up these issues and know other candidates they're talking about bullshit talking points that don't mean shit. Like when they brought up like climate change, they're talking about all this shit that doesn't really fucking matter. Listen, if you're a climate change denier, then you're not even in this conversation. Climate change is happening. Shit's getting hotter. For whatever reason, whether you want to believe it or not, what we do is important.
Sure.
Right? We cannot stop it at this point or reverse it.
That's what it's looking like. That's what the scientists are saying.
Yeah. and that's what he said too. Like, we can't stop it right now or reverse it. Might be able to slow it down, but at the same time, America, this is what's weird about America. All these fucking stupid ass other Democratic candidates are talking about all this shit to stop climate change or to like affect it, but we literally only compromise 15% of all the emissions in the world.
Yeah.
So why the fuck are you even talking about this shit?
Wow, it's that low, huh?
Yeah,
15?
you can look it up. It's 15%. And you wonder why? Because we've been on the forefront of this shit for the fucking longest time. An American person is the one who figured out that we should take lead out of gas.
Yeah.
And that's because they saw it wasn't even a scientific fucking study. This guy just happened to see that, hey, we put lead in our gas. There's way more lead right now in our fucking oceans. Can we probably stop putting lead in gas? They stopped doing that. The America's at the forefront for renewable energy and cars running on batteries, like with Tesla. But in the meantime, if you look at all the other fucking candidates, they want to seem like America's responsible for 100% of the goddamn emissions in the world, and we're not.
Well, we're not, but I will say this, to be fair, I think America's influence, because we are, the big dog from a superpower standpoint, we have the ability to flex our political capital in other countries if strategically applied.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's a fair point, but you have to come at it strategically. Like, you can't just, you have to come out there and you have to sit at the table.
Sure.
What our current president is, he's not sitting at the table.
Yeah.
He's yelling from the fucking kids' table.
Yeah, but I would like to see the U.S., and me personally, I would like to see the U.S. leading on things. I get you on the fact that
we were, but we at the same time, sitting at the table and like controlling the table is two different things.
Yeah, I'm not saying they have to control everything, but I think that I think we're saying the same thing. U.S. can influence a lot. We got a lot of resources. We got, like Wakanda, we got spies in every country.
Well, no, but we have to be friends. And that's what I like about Andrew Yang is because he's talking about actually repairing our current political ties around the world, and our current president is nothing like that.
You mean not pissing off every member of NATO talking shit?
Yeah, and it's also like, you know, getting all these bullshit wars and like reducing our like America. Listen, all this
like
fucking,
Bernie Mac.
Can I look at? I'll look at one of both of these cameras. All right, listen. All these wars that we're going to, this is your fucking money. All your taxes, you're wondering why your fucking property taxes are so high, why your fucking general federal taxes are so high, all this bullshit. They're going towards bullshit OCO funds for wars. All right, a lot of this shit.
More than even the generals who are supreme war hawks want.
Yeah, way more.
Here's additional money for tanks and stuff than more than you even asked for.
I have said it on this podcast before, and I will say it again because people don't seem to understand this shit. I am one person, all right? I got out of the military in like, what,
About 20 years ago.
2003?
You old
I got
fuck.
out?
Yeah.
Yeah. I got out the Marine Corps in 2003. I did a job that I could have done back when I was in the military in like, what, 2007, I think, is when I first started doing contracting.
Yeah.
All right. When I went to Iraq the first time, they paid $1.2 million for me. $1.2 million. When I was in the military,
Yeah.
I could do the same fucking job for like $33,000. $33 fucking thousand a year. All right, listen, for just one person for 1 year, $1.2 million. That's how much money we're fucking wasting on a fucking person.
You hear horror stories about like $10,000 toilet seats and screws
And
and,
that's
whatnot,
legit.
and all of it's legit. And then
that's legit.
literally just lost trillions of dollars.
And I know how they lost it. I literally know how they lost it. And it's fucking bullshit. And they're bullshitting the American people to thinking that, oh, we're in all this debt, but we're literally wasting money towards these corporations.
Meanwhile, my internet isn't as fast as South Korea.
I
what
wonder
the
why.
fuck?
I wonder why. Meanwhile, the same bridges, when I go over, like, what is it? Not A Street. There's a fucking bridge in San Leandro.
Yeah.
Like, over all the fucking time when I go back from the comic shop.
Yeah.
That's constantly in fucking disrepair.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's always fucked up. I'm just like, dude, what the fuck?
California should have high-speed rail as well.
Yeah.
All right.
That was a very educational political.
Prodigy, me and you, we should
Section.
we should do a fucking podcast on just
you
politics.
know I'm always fucking down.
Yeah.
What the fuck am I gonna do?
Because I'm in the middle. I think you're pretty near the middle.
Yeah, look, I can listen to reasonable arguments on all types of things, and there's times when I've flipped and fucking flopped too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's, you know what's the problem that I have with that shit? People say flipping and flopping. Flipping and flopping is a fucking bullshit term. Listen, if you are privy to new information, you should always reserve the right to change your goddamn mind.
Yeah.
I say that shit all the time.
I still don't understand why we still have political parties, because it shouldn't be. You should be voting based off your political party. You should be basing off of educational like knowledge or shit that you hear, not just.
Hold on, this is all fucked up to me. All right, so listen, I finally registered to vote after the first time in like since Bush Jr.
Really?
Yeah, I was done with like voting whatsoever.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So today when I renewed my my license and all that shit, I actually registered to vote for my current residence.
Mm-hmm.
And I put in no party, and they said that if you check no party, you may not be able to vote for certain parties.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like
The
what?
primaries, right?
Yeah, for the primary. I'm like, what the fuck
fucked
are you
up.
talking about?
And that changes from state to state.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you're in Arizona, it's completely different.
But I'm still checking no, bitch.
Yeah.
I'm still checking no.
you're right.
This is fucking wrong. This is another part that's wrong with the political aspect of America. It's like, if I have no political party, you should not restrict who the fuck I can vote for.
Exactly, I agree. That's why I bring that up, because I remember when I went to renew my license, I had the same issue where it's like I want to check no party, and it said like, oh, if you check no party, then you can't participate in like political elections or some shit.
Yeah, fuck that. This is another thing I gotta bring back to Andrew Yang,
Okay.
because most people that hear his name, because they always boast about his UBI thing or his freedom dividend thing, $1,000 a month.
Yeah.
He has over 100 policies
Which
that
is
he's proposing.
excellent.
And one of them is like giving every American freedom dollars. And so what he wants to do is he wants to dilute the lobbyist dollars.
I like that.
So he will give every American 100 freedom dollars to give towards whatever candidate they want to.
cool.
And so that way they dilute, because we have what probably over 200 million adult Americans.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Right, that's about right. Roughly.
Give or
probably
take.
A little bit
Sounds
less.
about right.
All right, so that's a shitload of money. So if you give them all $100 to where they want to donate, 'cause I've donated to Andrew Yang, first person I ever donated to ever. I
Wow.
donated to him twice.
Put your money where your mouth is.
I really did. And so his idea was to give everybody $100 that they wanted to use it or lose it.
Okay.
So if you didn't use it towards anybody, it just goes back into whatever fucking fund.
Yeah.
But you use it towards whoever you wanted to contribute to, and this would drastically reduce the amount of lobbyists because you would totally dilute how much money they could spend.
Hey, fuck them lobbyists. Fuck them kids too. Fuck them all.
He did it in a way that's fucking genius because you're not making lobbyists illegal, but you're diluting them through the people.
Yeah, taking away some of that power. So you can't have more.
You're taking away
episodes.
the political power that the corporations have by donating money to the person,
Yeah,
swaying how
These
shit
corporations
happens.
are bullshit. They somehow gave them the same rights as a person, which is literally what they have, but you cannot sue them as a person.
Yeah.
And it's fucking bullshit.
Can we go back to something? And we're on really good topics here. I love this fucking stuff. I want to go back to something from last week, and I had to cut my own self off short because I left like halfway through.
Oh yeah, you missed my announcement.
Wait, what was your fucking announcement?
Me and Sweetness have a house.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you,
Holy
thank you.
shit, yeah. But I want to be clear on this, and I want to just make sure that, again, my thinking has historical context and everything. So, can you elaborate really briefly and succinctly on why you feel that, and I guess an assault rifle ban will lead directly to a civil war? I know, because you've said it a few times, I thought, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The reason why is because how would you implement an assault rifle ban?
Well, okay, so I thought that there was a federal assault rifle ban prior, right?
Yes and no. So I think people don't understand what an assault rifle ban really means. Can I break down what it means?
Sure.
Go for it. I gotta look it up again because I remember like the first three, but I always forget the fourth.
Is it? I thought it was about how many a rifle with the amount of rounds per minute.
Well,
or?
that's one. No, that's nothing to do with rounds per minute.
Okay.
It's how many ammunition's in a cartridge,
Nope.
right? It's not
Nope.
that either.
Not
Okay,
that
so-
either.
so what is it?
It's a
Most
buttstock.
Americans do not understand what the fuck it means. And when most people say an assault rifle ban, it happens to do with like the California specifically, how they have our assault rifle ban. And I will.
But wasn't there a federal ban though?
There was a federal ban, but it was based on the California ban.
Okay. And for that ban though, and I know you're looking up some stuff here. Did something happen that made people like lead towards militias, or what was the result, or was it just not wide scale enough?
No. Let me break down to you right now. Hold on. I'm looking it up.
We Wikipedia.
I've been
on
drinking, and it's been.
So that says California, I think.
Yeah, no, because this is what most people go. This is where most of them go back to.
Okay.
It's for the California definition of assault rifle.
I thought there was a federal one too.
There was a federal one, but it's the same one that mirrored the California one.
Okay.
All right, so it is. This is going to be surprising for most of you because it is not automatic. AR does not mean automatic. It's Armalite rifle is what it means because they're the person that made the weapon.
Okay.
All right. So, it means a semi-automatic center fire rifle. Semi-automatic, which does not mean fucking automatic.
Yeah.
Semi-automatic means each time you pull a trigger, another bullet comes out. All right. That has a capacity to accept a detachable magazine and any of the following: a pistol grip that protrudes conspicuously beneath the action of the weapon, a thumbhole stock, a folding or telescoping stock, a grenade or flare launcher, which is obviously that one's fucking ridiculous, a flash suppressor, which is also ridiculous, and a forward pistol grip. These are all things except for the grenade launcher. All the other things on there are to better control the weapon.
Okay.
And it's nothing to do with like the rate of fire, nothing to do with automatic.
But I thought they said the semi-automatic isn't that the rate of fire, or am I tripping?
No, well, semi-automatic has nothing to do with the rate of fire.
Oh, okay. Educate me on. I thought
Every single pistol that you fight in your life has been semi-automatic.
Okay, they're not. Okay, so they're. A revolver is single shot, though, right?
No, it's semi-automatic. All the ones that you shot, I'm pretty sure are single-automatic. When you shot a revolver, how'd you shoot it?
I cocked back and
Once.
pulled the trigger,
And
and then I had to cock back.
No, you don't.
revolver?
Modern semi-automatics, you don't have to cock back the hammer every single time. You shoot. You can talk about it once if you want. So
For a revolt? I'm sorry, am I
Well, because
tripping?
it's
yes, you're tripping. Listen, with this, let me
So
just break.
Okay.
I'm looking up right now. A semi-automatic is it's called a semi-loading firearm or auto-loading firearm, which meaning that when you pull the trigger, another bullet pops into the chamber.
Yes, that's what I was saying. For a revolver or any goddamn handgun, when you pull back the hammer and you go to shoot down, the reason why most people do that is because it's for most handguns. I'm not gonna say all. Most handguns, when you pull the hammer back, it reduces the amount of pull on the trigger.
Okay.
It makes it shorter, so you can
Makes
shoot
sense.
somebody faster.
That makes sense. Yeah.
But the remaining bullets in the firearm, you can just keep shooting. But it's per trigger pull.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's been a
'cause
while since I've shot a revolver, but
Yeah, because if you pull the trigger, usually the hammer pops back by itself and
Yes.
Okay.
then
That's why it's semi-automatic. And I think that's why most people in America, they're ignorant on how firearms work. Most people in America that don't own firearms are ignorant on how they work.
okay.
You know, and assault rifles that you hear about in the media, they're usually not automatic.
No, they're not automatic.
The assault rifle term is kind of a bullshit term because there's no really such thing as an assault rifle.
What would a AR-15 be better classified as?
It's a rifle. It's a semi-automatic rifle.
Okay. All right. Wouldn't a AR-15 or let's say an AK-47 be excluded from the bans that have happened?
Here in California, no, they're not excluded.
Okay.
Here in California, they're not excluded because I just told you the definitions, right? So a normal AR-15 has a pistol grip. So this is what's complicated. This is where it kind of gets into bullshit territory because AR-15 always has a pistol grip,
Sure.
right? So you have to modify things to be California legal.
Sure.
And I think it's like you have to reduce it to like 2 or 3 definitions in the assault rifle. So the detachable magazine in California, you have to have like a key to detach the
Okay.
magazine.
Fair enough.
Which is kind of dumb. And we also have the 10 magazine limit. I'm sorry, the 10 round limit.
But just be clear on what I said though. So an AK-47 has never been banned though with assault rifle bans. That's what.
Well, technically speaking, yes. But if you can get it underneath the laws that I just said, then
So
no.
I hear you
can
on
modify it,
modifications,
yeah.
but the traditional one pre-modification sounds like it would be banned. That's what I'm trying to get to.
Well, see, this is the problem though, is that an AK-47 to me is not that much more different from like a 30-06.
okay.
It's really not.
I guess I'm still trying to get to the. What did get banned?
Yeah, this is the problem that most people have, that they don't understand. I read to you the definition of an assault rifle.
But I'm still going back to what got banned. That's what my question then. What did get banned?
Well,
Not
I don't think necessary.
much got
so it sounds
banned.
like you're saying nothing got banned, or
It's just things with these certain characteristics that I just said.
so which ones fell into those? That's what I'm trying to get
Only a few is the pistol grip that protrudes conspicuously beneath the magazine of the weapon, a thumbhole stock, a folding or telescoping stock, a grenade launcher or a flare launcher, which is that one. Obviously, you should not have a grenade launcher on your fucking weapon. I totally agree with that. And a flash suppressor, which is also that one's bullshit too, and a 4 pistol grip, which is also kind of redundant.
So
because-
if a gun has those characteristics, then it's a banned gun. But if you remove those items, you can use that gun
yes,
legally.
and that's how you do it in California. That's what they do.
Okay.
They have ways around it.
So it's not
those
necessary.
modifications. I
It's
get
not
it.
necessarily the
modified.
weapon that's the gun that's banned. It's the modifications that's on the weapon.
Well, no, it's not. There's firearms that fall in that category. That's how they're made,
Yeah, they're
except for the grenade launchers. This is so fucking dumb. When they say grenade launchers, listen. If you look at the front of a fucking AR-15, I'm sorry,
The barrel.
an AR-16. Like, so what I shot when I was in the military. That's like the military version, right? AR-16. There's like a little. It's like literally a little fucking nub in the front
Okay.
that you can attach something to. It didn't come with a fucking grenade launcher, but you can add an attachment
Sure,
to
it's
it.
like a modification.
Yeah, but none of them came with it.
Okay.
aftermarket.
Fair
part.
enough.
Yeah.
I get that. No, I get that. But an attachment.
Yeah.
I get
It's a 203 attachment is what it's called, which I've shot. It's fun. Bullshit up.
Okay.
Explosions.
We've gotten way down into the weeds.
Yeah,
keep,
man.
Keep going. I'm glad you're talking about this.
I'm just trying to understand.
Would you? I wanted to.
Is there a small list of a few that, besides, I know you keep saying grenade launcher, but is there a small list of ones that did fall into, I'm not talking about modifications, that fell into, these are no longer allowed?
Yeah, so the AR-15 unmodified definitely fell into that, and AK-47 definitely fell into that as well. There's a bunch of them other ones as well.
See, that's fair. That's what I was trying to get to.
No, that's good. I'm glad that we can educate, I guess. But at the same time, like most of the things that are on the assault rifle like list are things that do not make it more dangerous. They make it less controllable.
I'm fine with that.
Hold on. Let me just explain to somebody. 'Cause somebody that's listening to the podcast that has never shot a gun before, they might not understand what I was just saying. All right, so I'm going to go down line by line. A pistol grip that protrudes conspicuously beneath the action of the weapon, that makes it easier to control because when you're shooting a firearm, you want to have a firm hand on what the fuck you're shooting, and that's a pistol grip.
Sure.
All right?
And
So that makes it easier to shoot. Same thing with thumbhole stock. It makes it easier to handle your weapon. A folding or telescoping, the folding one I can sort of get because you can conceal that better. But telescoping one, I don't understand either because it makes it fit easier into your shoulder, which makes it easier to shoot, makes it more controllable. A grenade launcher, obviously that should be fucking illegal. I don't understand that shit at all. Because you can't fucking buy grenades as a civilian, so they shouldn't be on there at all. A flash suppressor, a flash suppressor on an AR weapon, or most weapons, it's basically vents that are on the, if you look at the tip of a firearm, there are like little cut out holes at the very tip.
They have those in Rainbow.
At
Rainbow
the top.
Siege, yeah.
And they're only at the top. And it's for a reason, because when you shoot, you have muzzle climb. It's what they call muzzle climb. And that vent at the top is to like make it go back down.
The only reason why I'm nodding is because this is literally in Rainbow Six, and that's where they broke that down for me. But yeah,
and that's for controllability. All right, that's all it is for. And then the same thing, the 4 pistol grip is literally the same thing as number 1 as a pistol grip protruding, which is it's a redundant fucking thing.
So the shit that they're banning,
it's to make it more controllable.
Yeah, so the shit they're banning doesn't really make sense for them to be banning because it's like
it doesn't.
The gun is still dangerous.
Yes,
Yeah.
but if you want to say an automatic rifle ban, I'm totally fine with that. I'm totally fine with automatic rifle ban.
That's what the guy in Vegas used, right? He had an automatic weapon.
Well, in Las Vegas, it's legal.
Oh,
to have automatic, but that's whatever.
Vegas.
I'm totally for making automatic rifles illegal, and I'm also for background checks. I'm also for
psychiatric,
like mental health check.
Yeah.
That goes to the background check.
So what do you? Because I think it was in San Jose where the mayor is trying to campaign for, I guess, some kind of insurance for gun owners or some weird fucking rule he's trying to pass.
That's an extra tax.
That's all it is. It's just more fucking money.
Do I need a tax for my fucking knife?
Yeah, right, exactly.
Which I hold at all times, like literally all fucking times.
Pulled it out. So for those listening, yeah, I'm okay. First of all, I appreciate knowing more about them. I'm fine with that. It sounds like there is still a small list that were banned in terms of, I'm not talking about modifications, but just banned from the California, and then there was a time period where there was a federal banning.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that was mostly automatic weapons.
Okay.
And which there was an automatic weapon ban back in the day, which you can get grandfathered in, but that's like a whole different fucking can of worms.
Okay.
But yeah, there are certain weapons where you can't have them.
Well, so here's my take though. I think as a whole, when I look at like the 20th century, I see a lot of periods where there were deeply divided things for the country. The government literally took away booze for 13 fucking years.
Yep.
That we had a 10-year-long Great Depression where there was Americans starving in every area. Every state had Americans starving.
That could
Bread
happen
lines.
today,
Yeah, certainly could. But I'm just saying in terms of real tough turmoil and whatnot. You obviously have the civil rights passing. You have Roe versus Wade and abortion being legal. Obviously still extremely divisive today. And
Shouldn't be, but yeah.
no, I hear you. I'm just saying things that could had the potential. I gave 5 events in the 20th century that had the potential to, according to most historians, separate the country completely. I don't think that those are things that can be taken
I
lightly.
see where
Like,
you're going. Okay.
yeah, now that we're in 2019, some people would downplay, oh, yeah, the Great Depression. No, this was serious shit for the country.
Yeah, so
Same with prohibition and saying literally adults cannot have booze anymore.
yeah, so I think I understand where you're going with that. Is that you're saying like, why is this a big deal?
No, I'm not saying why is it a big deal. I'm just saying that the country has overcome extremely divisive overreaches sometimes by the government on things as simple as booze, or telling people, hey, you can't be overtly discriminatory against black people in terms of letting them eat at a water fountain.
So-
that could have divided the country into a civil war
drink at a
easily.
water fountain?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Or drinking, eating
So,
at a water fountain,
I
whatever
got
the fuck.
got
You know what I'm talking
I know
about.
what you're talking about. But the problem here with this one, with the Second Amendment shit with firearms, is that if you decide to make certain firearms illegal, how are you going to take them?
I don't know how it would be done. I hear you on that. I'm just not convinced that America would crumble so easily.
It would be a civil war, and I have very little doubt about that. People in California or in New York or most of the coast, they probably like, it's not a big deal. But you get to the middle of America, where the vast majority of guns are held.
I'm not saying it wouldn't be a big deal. I'm saying this would still be a big deal. There's no doubt about
I'm not
it.
even saying a big deal. It would literally be, in my opinion, it would be a civil war.
I hear you, and you've been real clear on that.
And I'm a big gun advocate. Currently, I don't own any firearms. I
Yeah.
used to. I don't right now. I'm going to buy probably at least one in the next year or so. But
Yeah, because your daughter's about to turn 18 soon, so you need to.
but
You
it's
need to stock up.
It's one of those things where, like, listen, if somebody wants to tell me that, I don't think if the government comes into my house and it's like, hey, I think that you don't deserve this thing you paid for, and it's your right, and I'm going to take it from you now. A lot of folks are going to take that in the wrong way.
I'm positive you're right about that. I'm just saying, for me, historically, I see things that hindsight is 2020, but literally before that civil rights passing happened,
Yeah, but-
or Roe versus Wade, the country very easily, and I'm sure if you go back and look at articles at the time, could have said, hey, this is going to cause another civil war for
no,
those.
but they're not taking away the means to defend themselves. And you're also ignoring the fact that America is a country that is built on defend. Like, we went to war because we couldn't defend ourselves. Like, literally, that's one of the main reasons why I went to war.
I hear.
And we will do it again. Like, if you take away our means to defend ourselves, people will have a large problem with that. It goes deeper than, certain other civil rights.
The Great Depression was basically the failure of capitalism all the way around, and it was babies starving. Now I hear you. I'm just, if that didn't cause,
in the Great Depression, then we're taking away guns.
I hear what you're saying. I would have thought, and a lot of people would have thought, that would have caused a civil war when I can't feed my family.
Well, no. So listen, the Great Depression was different. So the Great Depression, from what I understand, was caused mostly by World War II. I'm sorry, was it one or two?
No, this was pre-World War II.
It was one, right?
It was in between World War I.
Yeah,
and
because
World War
we spent
II.
a lot of resources on a war, and a lot of people put in a lot of resources into that war, and then afterwards, that's when, and we decided to start building roads and shit like that. We overspent, and I get that. You're right, that could happen again, but at the same time, they were not taking away guns at that time. So that's the reason why people kind of we got to rebuild. But if you take away people's the means to defend themselves at this point in time, it'd be disastrous to America. I would venture to say America would not survive.
I hear you. You've
In
been
its current
consistent.
iteration.
You've been very consistent on it. I just needed to make sure I was clear on some of the things historically that I think were extremely catastrophic events in American history recently that divided the country.
Yeah, I mean, there's been plenty of things that have divided the country. I mean, listen, the NRA in its current iteration, for better or for worse, was because of African Americans. Because back in the day, I think it was when the Black Panthers were first doing we're going to open carry because it was law, because I forget the guy's name, but he was a lawyer.
Bobby Seale and
What was the lawyer's name? It wasn't Bobby Seale.
was that Eldridge
It was
Cleaver?
one of his friends.
Okay, I'll look it up. But
Yeah,
anyway.
we gotta look it up. Sorry, we're not prepared for this conversation.
Mhm.
But there was the lawyer that was just like, "Hey, we can open carry. It's our American right."
Yep.
And then they decided to do it, and that's when they met with was it Ronald Reagan?
Yeah, over in the Capitol in Sacramento.
Yeah, and they were like, "Hey, we're open carrying," and he was like, "Oh, you know what's going on?" And then that's when the shit hit the fan. They're like, "Oh, black people are fucking open carrying weapons, and it's their right." And that's when like America was like, or the government was like, "What the fuck?"
Yep.
Like, we need to fucking reduce these rights. And that's when the NRA was like, "Oh shit! Like, if you could do it to them, you could do it to all of us." And that's when the NRA really kicked into like gun rights. Before that period of time, they didn't really give a shit.
And I just want to be clear. I've said on this program many times, I want an AA-12. So you know what I mean. I'm not someone who's I'm not someone who's completely anti-gun at all. I'm not. I fired some. Obviously, I don't know how a revolver works. That's embarrassing. But fuck.
Yeah. Well, modern revolvers.
Yeah. You know
You're thinking of like old school, like
maybe I'm thinking of a Red Dead.
You're
Like,
thinking
you
of single
thinking-
action armies.
Yeah, maybe.
Thinking of
They
pillar
got a
powder.
pocket. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, I don't know how it works, but it's not that I'm afraid of them or never shot any
No,
or
no.
I'm against them. Or
We went shooting
any-
before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had a fucking blast and shit. I love the fucking shotguns.
I remember like the look on your face when you first shot a shotgun.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit, I
Yeah,
can do
So much
this.
destruction. Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, we've gone long. God damn
Yeah,
it.
this got political.
This is fun though. This is what we need sometimes. God damn it.
Well, there was something I was gonna bring up real
Go
quick. I guess it was one of Trump's political party members that what he said about the Statue of Liberty.
Oh
You know
god
the
damn it.
classic fucking message saying that it was only meant for the Europeans.
Yeah, let's call things what they are.
Some
This
racist
is
bullshit.
blatant, racist, anti-black, anti-brown, anti-anybody but white people shit. And,
Yes.
and people just need to be, you know what? More white folks in the GOP need to be honest and say, hey, that's some racist shit. We don't believe in that. Distance myself from them. They just need to.
Yeah,
This,
yeah.
You know, this is the mouthpiece for your party. You're in the White House. You're in the position of power. This is anti-everything American. It really is. I don't want to hear anything about it. I'm also going to say one other quick thing, too. Trump, very vehemently, everybody knows that he's against Nancy Pelosi. And he's very much against Hillary Clinton, right? We all know that. Never in any of his rhetoric against those two women. And I don't care how you feel about them one way or another. Never in his rhetoric has he ever said anything close to they need to go back to where they come from because they're American.
You know what's the craziest part to me with that motherfucker? I call the president a motherfucker.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. This dude is literally a generation removed from wherever the fuck he came from.
Yeah.
His parents were immigrants to America.
His wife immigrated last year, like it began, or the year before that, and became a citizen with her nudes on the internet.
I really want to I wish somebody would try this, but tip off to ISIS about a hotel chain having a bunch of immigrants inside, and not tell them exactly what kind of hotel it is. Just say it's a hotel. I'm pretty sure ISIS could raid a Trump Tower hotel
Just
or something.
say that it starts with T and ends with MP.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
The racist shit. Look, I can have political disagreements with you all day long. I think those are healthy and great, actually. We fight about issues and whatnot. When you get into, hey, fuck you because you're from here, or hey, fuck you because you're,
Your country's a fucking dirt hole.
or you pray to this god,
Yeah.
or just get out of here.
Yeah.
Just sorry. Oh, Ninja, you haven't said a fucking word in like an hour.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got no opinion, bro?
I
God.
kind of don't.
God. All right.
We're all gonna burn up anyway, so fuck it.
I'll burn up right now, but
Yeah,
I was
fucking
literally
iron.
I was talking to a guy the other day after doing jiu-jitsu, and I was trying to explain to him I don't really I've been to other countries, a bunch of other countries, probably more than most people that are listening to this podcast, and I've seen way different ways of life, and there's certain ways of life where the Western way does not fit. And I think that if you try to fit it in there, it's fucked up. And I gave the example because I told this guy, I was like, listen, I've been to Djibouti, Africa a couple of times. And it's like the best example of how we fucked up a country with Western values. The people that are tribal, they live just fine. When they stick to the way that they've always lived, they're just fucking fine. They can provide for themselves.
Yeah.
They're good to go.
Sustainable.
You bring in Western bullshit with money and fucking markets and all sorts of bullshit, they don't know how to operate. They're just like, what the fuck? People are poor. People that were not poor before that period all of a sudden have no quote unquote money, and this money thing is not for fucking everybody. Like, having a market value is not for everybody.
I agree wholeheartedly, but I'll add one other thing. There are plenty of times, and most people try to ignore this history, where our government with the CIA has gone in, toppled democratically elected leaders because we didn't like them, talked about a business deal, private business deals with, certain resources, because all wars are about resources, and done some dirty, underhanded shit all over the planet. And that's not me being anti-American or anything. That's just, we got to be honest about the history sometimes when we're talking about places.
And that's
you know what I mean?
That's why I like Tulsi Gabbard. That's why I want Yang and Gabbard to be on the same ticket.
Yeah.
Because she understands the high cost of war, and she understands these stupid-ass regime change fucking wars for no goddamn reason. If y'all didn't know, we're still at war with fucking Iraq and Afghanistan.
Nobody talks
You
about
might not realize it, but we are. People are fucking dying in those countries. Both civilians, military members, and a whole bunch of other people are fucking dying in those countries every goddamn day, and it's totally buried by the media.
Yeah, it's not headline news by any stretch of the imagination. You'd have to watch some Al Jazeera or BBC to even get a story. You know what? We got
Sorry.
We've done
sorry.
no Ask the BTIs.
We will do a podcast. Listen, me and you will do a podcast together. And
Any fucking time.
Yeah.
Look, we don't talk about this kind of stuff enough.
No.
Old Ninja, the one who's been silent the whole fucking time. What do you got populating this week? That's a hard transition.
Yeah, that's really.
Oh, Ninja, what you got? Kids dying in the streets.
Yeah, kids dying in the street, drone strikes, shit on the sidewalk at San Francisco. This week
Bump
is Silicon Valley Comic Con.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Out here in San Jose. So I'm going to probably either all 3 days or at least 2 out of the 3 days. It starts Friday night. Friday afternoon. Oh, actually, no. It does start at Friday. I think at like 4
Friday.
or something. Or maybe even earlier. But I'll be there on Friday for a little bit. And then Saturday, I'll probably be there most of the day. It'll be Cronus' birthday celebration that night.
Oh, shit.
So I'll be going to that Saturday
Big
night
Al's.
for sure.
Oh, sorry.
It's
Okay,
called
put that out there?
It's called Big Al's, fool.
Big gay out.
Oh my goodness. And then
I don't judge people. Yes, I do. I'm just kidding.
yeah,
But not gay people. Some of them. Most of them? All of them? Some of them.
I guess in like an hour, Cannon Busters drops, so I'm gonna
fucking
watch at least a couple of episodes or whatnot. I'm playing Apex Legends because they dropped the solo mode, so I tried twitching some out the other
How the fuck do
day.
you do battle royale? Solo against
Yeah.
like AI?
I was super
No,
pissed.
solo.
No,
It's
against
you.
Players.
It's against other players.
Oh, but you could always do that, right?
I was like,
No,
it's
you're
like
in a
3
squad
on-
of 3.
Oh, okay, so it wasn't like Fortnite in terms of they had a solo
Yeah, I
version.
was so
No.
pissed. I was like, is it PvE? And I was going to play it, and I was like, oh, it's just solo versus solo. And I was like,
Yeah,
that.
it's squad. So this is it's 60 players and you're by yourself. You have to survive against 60 other players. And they opened up a new area. Opened up, but they added a new area on the map where you can go and get goodies and there's like little secrets and shit there. So I'm gonna try to twitch some of that out. So this is actually kind of fun. There's a lot of good stuff. They added like a little mini like store event to do. I think that's kind of about it.
All right, Blue, what you got populating?
So if you weren't if you didn't hit the podcast last week, the Sweetness and I got a house, so
Yeah.
Congrats, man.
doing a lot of little things around the house before we can move in. We had a few electricians come in, got some quotes. One of them fucking outrageous, but
You ain't got
you know.
no electricity in your new
No,
home?
we got electricity. We just want to upgrade the electrical stuff. But yeah, one of the quotes we got is like, "God damn, we need to scale back on some of our requests because it was $15,000
God
basically." Yeah.
damn, what kind of fucking fancy ass electricity are you trying to
Is
do?
it just for the box, or what else?
No, there's a bunch of stuff too. So like upgrading to 200 amps, installing some recessed lights. Some of the rooms don't have the outlets aren't up to code, so they need to be brought up to code. We're adding an extra outlet into the bathroom. Added an outlet in one of the closets because I want to make it into like a little data center, so I can have like all the electronical stuff in
You
there.
do that shit yourself.
Well, I don't want to get electrocuted, so no. No, because our house is on slabs, so you have to go into the roof and you have to feed the lines down. But our house used to be a flat top roof, and they built an angle roof on top. but the hardtop roof is still there,
So-
and it's fucking tar and gravel.
Okay, but
So yeah, I'll need like a special tool if I was to drill into there to be able to get the line through the walls.
so I have fish tape, but there's ways you can do it. Like for like an outlet.
Well, it's an outside. It's like the outlet that would be by the window.
Are we
that
getting
leads
into
out.
tool
Yeah,
time
it's-
shit on here?
tool time.
goddamn.
But fuck, I also forgot I had outside of SVCC, I also got a photo shoot this weekend on Saturday. I'm doing another high school reunion.
So more porn, huh?
Yeah, so I got that happening off too. But yeah, I'm just out there trying to hustle and get that money though.
Good,
For real.
good shit, man.
For you.
Birthday, Kronos. What you got?
Yeah, I'm turning fucking 40, y'all.
Welcome to
I
my
am
age.
turning 40 on Saturday. It's a little weird because I didn't expect to live this long, but apparently I am. Thanks,
are.
life. So yeah, I'm having my 40th birthday is on Saturday. I'm gonna do my traditional roll because I did jiu-jitsu. So every year for jiu-jitsu, when I turn whatever age I am, I roll for as many minutes as many years as I am old. So I'll do 40 minutes straight of rolling in jiu-jitsu, and I'll trade out partners every couple of minutes.
What's that, like literally
that'd be
8
fresh.
rounds, goddammit?
No, it'd be way more than that. Like last time it was like probably, well, I was 39, it was at least 10 people, like way more than that.
God, fucking
It was
hell.
probably like more like 15 or 20. And it's fresh people in every few minutes.
You're gonna be sore as fuck for your party.
I don't give a shit, I'll just drink more. But yeah, that's how I try to stay young, I guess. But this time it's gonna be a little different because I've got like a serious neck injury, which I'm recovering from.
I thought you were good, yeah?
Well, I'm good for like day-to-day shit, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But like when somebody's trying to choke me, no. Because if somebody like, if I have too much like pressure on my head, it's just like I gotta tap. Because I don't want to break my fucking neck.
Alright.
But hopefully I'll videotape it this time around so y'all can see.
Hell yeah.
This will be a bad time though because I'm a purple belt, but I'm injured, so
And you're old.
look at the age thing
Old ass
actually.
fuck.
The age thing doesn't really matter. 'Cause most people that roll with me, they don't even know that I'm fucking 40, like pretty much 40. Yeah,
get you.
they think I'm in my fucking 20s, and I'm like, really?
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not in my fucking 20s.
Black don't crack.
Yeah, I guess. I just use fucking lotion. Just listen, y'all. Use
Moisturize.
lotion. All right, use
Lotion,
lotion.
sure.
You're good to go.
And lube. Anal lube.
Water-based.
I am gonna say fuck
No,
days.
silicone base. What are you talking about?
Water-based lubricant. God damn.
Oh,
When was the last time you had sex, bro?
That's classified.
Clean your flashlight. I'm going.
damn.
I am going to do a maybe couple more hours of Days Gone and then probably say fuck that game. Definitely some Cannon Busters, goddammit. I'm very hyped. I know we're going to talk about it when Stitch gets back because he's a fucking hater. I'm hyped for this fucking Joker movie. I'm hearing nothing but good buzz on it. I hope DC comes through. I know you hating over there.
I'm only hating.
old ninja.
I'm only hating because all your hot and cold takes in 2019 have not really panned out for you. So I'm hoping you take another L for 2019.
You didn't give
so
me.
I can-
You didn't give me any credit. I said
On what?
that. I said that Endgame would be close to $3 billion, and look at that.
What does? What?
Yeah.
It's not at 3
It was
million
not
though.
It was nowhere near close to $3 million.
$3 billion,
3
yes.
billion?
2.8.
Two. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
2.8?
two.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, it's like 2.8. And it just
and they're going to re-release it at some point. You know?
Endgame just dropped on Blu-ray yesterday.
Yeah, for
So,
sure.
There
The
you go.
credits are rolling, y'all.
God damn it. Take us out. Come on.
So just check us out on the interwebs at BTHAN BTHANBTI. Check out our official revamped website, binheadproductions.com/BTI.
It
Check
looks
us
pretty
out.
good. I
Yeah.
did it. I'm just saying.
It's
It looks
pretty
pretty good.
Yeah, we're releasing a bunch of stuff on there, and then check us out on Facebook. On YouTube, we're actually Black and the Black Times Infinity. Radio Republic, we're on there. Player FM, Stitcher, Amazon, there's an app, and then on Apple Podcasts, we're on there too.
Drive fast, eat ass.
That's a no. You don't want to do this at the same time. That's all bad.
Sorry, I said the website was just me, but it was actually John. He helped me out a lot. Thank you, John.
There you go.